got the last 20 years, I can calculate that.
So there you go.
The last 20 years. I'm going to do that while running.
There you go.
Now I have a project. Like, okay,
Yes,
yeah.
the Patreon people will be happy. We were talking. We were saying that you guys were coming on, and I said, I think Ryan is more of a he's like he could tell you the number, but I don't think he focuses on that stuff. But I was like, Nick has to know.
Nick
He's
would
got
know
a
the
lineage
number,
of everything.
But
He's
then
got
we
all
also
this stuff.
said that you guys would know the number of different species you've bred off the top of your heads, and I said, of course they do, because I know mine, and I know you guys would too, because you keep track of that. So, yeah.
I don't know how many pythons I've bred, but I don't know. I haven't kept track of species.
I mean,
all
just
the other
like
stuff.
what? Add 3 or 4 more bows.
Does anything
on top
else
of that.
count? I mean, come on, you know, like
Whoa.
pythons are just
Whoa.
You know?
Someone asked me that just the other day, and I'm like, actually, I could pull that number. Where is I wrote that down? Like,
Ryan, you got to be at 40.
Just yesterday.
I've bred 38 python tax though.
Cool.
And then what I got? A couple turtles,
Right. I forgot
I don't
those are
know.
a thing.
few geckos, some
That's just
colubrids,
That's Antaresia food.
boas.
You need those. Those are important.
A little bit.
All right.
Everything
Yeah.
relates back to
A
python.
few things.
Right? Okay. Well, as Nick is calculating over there, we'll get into it. We're going to talk to
24 python species.
how many?
One thing
24.
about this, like these little stats that Ryan and I keep, is our list of pythons is different than everybody else's list of pythons.
Yeah.
Well, there's the species that people realize exists, and then there's this whole other group that are clearly their own species that are at various stages of being recognized.
But the
So we
taxa
got
hasn't caught up with it yet.
So yeah, like Philippine retics are a different species. They're the most distinct of all the retic species. They're the one that doesn't have a name, but they're genetically more different than the other two that do have names. So that counts. The water pythons are actually two different species, but not formally. But they're genetically two different things.
Is it like African and Indo, or is it even more complicated?
No, like water pythons, it's Northern Territory and New Guinea / Cape York are different at the species level.
Oh.
A Northern Territory water python is more closely related to a Macklot's python than it is to a Queensland water python, which it looks exactly like.
So, when it fair to say that the maculosa in Indonesia would be separate? Do you think?
No, that's some bullshit there. That's a jackass. He really wanted to name a species, so he uncovered a biogeographical relationship that doesn't exist in fucking anything at all. You tell me there are different species in New Guinea when you could have walked there without getting your ankles wet 6,000 fucking years ago. Get the fuck out of here.
Why did you have that loaded for him? Like, why?
I don't know.
Like, just do that right out there. Like,
Stupid. Stitches pythons and children's pythons are the same thing. Even though if you look at it on paper, it clearly shows that Western Simpsons are genetically very different. Like, his own data clearly shows that he's wrong. This is the same dumb fuck who also wrote that paper naming, given the genus name Noiran to the monotypic genus Noiran to Owenpelly pythons, conveniently forgetting that was actually done in 1985 in Wellesley, Wellington, 1985, with the horrible name of Nyctophilopython. He must have just fucking forgot all about it, right? Must have just fucking forgot about that. Except for that motherfucker actually cites that exact paper, Wellesley, Wellington, 1985, in the Noiran paper for something else, though. But they conveniently forgot that part.
Wow.
Because he didn't think anybody would fucking notice.
It's cherry picking to the max, dude.
There's also a major flaw in his methodology with his Antaresia paper, which fortunately I'm blessed with having a surprisingly large number of friends who are geneticists, which if you have 5 friends that are geneticists, that seems like a fucking lot, right?
Yeah.
5?
Yeah, it's weird it happened 5 times. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran that paper by a friend of mine.
Wait a minute, you have friends?
Well, yeah.
I love how Ryan's just quiet this entire thing and then just
waiting to put that
comes
salt
in with the dagger.
Waiting with the salt, just salt you down.
It's like the West Coast Eric and Owen right there.
How do you know that Antaresia paper is bullshit? The biggest mystery is not what the New Guinea spotteds are. It's what those little pygmy banded things are. Not even addressed in the fucking paper.
Really?
Not even, not even addressed.
Nope.
And his methodology was such that any specimen that was collected within 100 clicks of another specimen was presumed to be the same species stuck in the same basket of DNA, which is fine if they don't have overlapping ranges. But when you have a separate species that's entirely within the range of a different species, what the fuck is that? It just got their DNA, if there was any at all, just got distributed amongst us because they assumed they were Cape York spotted pythons.
Mm.
Well,
Gotcha.
wouldn't that then he could have potentially those pygmy banded specimens could be in Stimsoni and maculosa, couldn't it?
It's all fucked up.
Did somebody tell the spotted pythons that they weren't supposed to like go past this line that we drew?
Yeah, you didn't know?
No.
The Cape York spotteds and the little pygmy bandits have exactly the same relationship as the Western Stimsons and the Perthenses do. We have two Antaresia in the same place. One stays super small and eats lizards. One gets big and eats mammals. And that's how it works.
Right.
Same exact thing. I fucking found a pygmy bandit looking for Cape York spotteds. Fucking thought it was a spotted. Oh, shit. It's like I've never thought in a million years to see one of those.
Can you really tell the difference between them? Like when you saw it, you could.
Oh, fuck yeah. No, it
stands out that much.
Yeah.
They are. Anybody that thinks that is a fucking spotted python should have their asshole surgically removed. I'm fucking sorry. They're fucking tiny. The motherfuckers breed at 97 grams. Females will lay a clutch of eggs at 97 grams.
I don't want to think about that. No, dude. No.
Males will breed at 40 grams.
No.
40 grams.
I can't do that. I have
Picture like a hatchling Bredl's python that's eating like 3 meals. That's an adult breeder.
No. I have these giant chunk mitts. That's why I don't do geckos. They fall apart in my hand. Yeah.
They got this weird, like, blunted fucking face. It's all like face is kind of smushed, kind of a bulldog.
It's insanely different.
Apodora looking face.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
But their heads are different. They are not spotted pythons. They're sure shit not Stimson pythons.
Speaking of Apodora, shouldn't Owen get Apodora?
Whoa. These are the wrong people to ask that question.
Nick will send you a pair.
Yeah, no, I don't need them. I don't have space. But they're on my short list because I'm a glutton for punishment, as everybody here knows. So yeah.
Yes, you are. Yeah. You didn't see those on your trip, did you? Pop ones?
No, that was literally the only. Are we recording?
Yeah, yes. We have.
Eric does this now.
Eric does this now.
You guys were talking, and it seemed like it was a good convo. So
here we are starting off with a rant on that stupid paper.
Yeah. We can cut it out.
You didn't notice the giant red recording thing going on in the upper left-hand side?
Yeah. Probably should have noticed. Well, I did eventually at 8 minutes in. That's when I noticed.
Well, and he literally said, I better start recording.
That is true.
Oh, man.
That is true. All right, so I guess we'll. I got lots on my list to talk about, but one of the things is you guys just got back from Indonesia. I'm curious, how does the travel compare to Australia? We've all been to Australia.
This is the second trip to Indo, right?
I don't know.
Second or third?
No.
First. Okay.
Yeah. Last one was Thailand, right?
Yeah.
Is it harder? Is it worse?
The travel sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
it sucks.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Enough said.
The way to candy coat it, it's like when you go somewhere that far away and that remote, it's like 3 days before you're actually on the ground in the place you wanted to be.
Right. How long did you guys go? What was the total time of the trip? 2 weeks?
15 days.
15 days.
Okay.
But
cool.
So it took you 3 days to get on the
thing that sucks about it is it's not really that much farther than Australia. Like if you could fly directly there, it's just you have to literally fly all the way to Jakarta and then back to New Guinea, So if you didn't have to do that, like if you went to the Papua or the PNG side, it's basically the same as it's the travel time virtually identical to going to Australia. Right. But when you go to the Indo side, the hub is in Jakarta and you have to go there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you flying on like what do they call those things? Pond skippers, or like are you like
No, the planes were fine. The planes were modern and everything.
Oh, okay. It's not like you have like a sitting next to a chicken coop or something like that. And,
landing on pontoon
no,
boats.
that probably could have happened on the ferry.
Oh, yeah. The ferry was the whole adventure in of itself.
Oh, okay. Well, what? So what?
Tell.
That's how you got around the ferry. That's
you get on the ferry at Sarong to go out to Waigeo.
Okay.
Because they're too far apart for like a small boat, so it's a ferry ride from there. It's like an hour and a half or whatever. Not too bad. But you get on this, like, there's like roaches all over the wall. It's not an awesome experience. You go use the toilet, and it's like the ship's kind of pitching and yawing in the water, and there's just like a hole in the floor in this little room with a rubber mat, and there's like a hole in the floor that literally just goes outside to the ocean and everything, and you're trying to piss in it, and you're pissing all over your feet and all over the floor. It's sloshed around. It's gross. It's super gross. It smells exactly like you think. It's nasty. But,
is that it?
No, that's the river boat.
This is the good times here, but
no, this is the fun boat. You can just piss off the side of that one. Yeah.
When you get to where you're going, especially it was really bad on the way back when you get to Sarong, the boat pulls into its little slip. It's a decent sized boat, and then the boat has not even stopped moving yet, and all the like hatches on the sides just get ripped open, and dudes just start storming the fucking boat. And you think we've been boarded by fucking pirates? Like, that's it. We're dying in.
It's over.
We're overrun by fucking pirates, and that's what just all these like crazy Papua dudes just start just flooding into every hole in the boat.
Oh shit!
And they're all cab drivers, basically trying to like, ultra aggressively get your business to the point of like scaring you a little bit. Like, what the fuck? Like,
come with me or else. Jesus.
Oh, I mean, it was like, yeah, I thought we were boarded by pirates, but
did you guys have did you have this mapped out that you went with somebody, right? That went there before, or am I wrong with that?
Yeah, Chris has been there several times.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then we had to hire a guide / handler, interpreter, and then we hired a boat guy to drive us around. And the boat guy just stayed with us the whole trip and kind of became like the first mate for the it was pretty wild.
He helped set up camp and helped cook a little bit and stuff.
So you guys were like camping, right? You were out.
Oh,
yeah.
Camping implies a certain level of luxury that we did not have.
There's a level down from.
So you guys were surviving. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, there was a tent, and there was. So I guess you could, minimally call it camping, but.
Okay.
We got progressively.
Waigeo wasn't like that. Waigeo was pretty nice.
Waigeo was pretty nice. They have like, I guess they call them homestays. It's kind of like an Indonesian Papuan Airbnb.
Okay.
Kind of. So you're renting like a hut by the night. It's a bamboo hut on stilts that's just like slammed into a coral reef. So there's coral below you. You're just looking at sharks and fish and all this stuff right below you. Electricity for a couple hours.
Couple hours. Okay.
Yeah, nothing ever dries. So you don't really, your clothes, you just try to hang them out in the sun, and it doesn't work.
No, okay.
Everything. There's, having been to Australia a bunch of times now and been all over the place, I will say that, like, there's a reason why you might know a lot of people that have been herping in Australia, but the number of people that have been herping in New Guinea is substantially lower than that. It is.
Right.
Australia is awesome, and you can do some pretty extreme stuff there, but you can herp and find a python from the comfort of an air-conditioned vehicle. Like,
yeah.
You can eat good food and you sleep in a fucking bed. Go find pythons and stuff. This is not that, at all. Like it is.
To be fair, we did find a python road cruising.
We did. We road cruised a white-lip python.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right.
So what was that like? That had, oh man,
I'm sure it was
ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous because they don't have cars and trucks like we do. There's like those little tiny like Daihatsu, like little mini truck, mini vans.
Yes.
You only see in like South Asia.
Yes.
3 feet wide. We're in the back of one of those, standing up, holding on to the roll bar thing, just standing up there. And this guy
with our flashlights.
And everybody thinks we're fucking crazy. The guy driving does not understand why we're doing this. When you try to explain to like a driver, like, dude, I want you to go drive us around in the forest on a back road and you're gonna look for snakes, and like they're looking like, are you fucking crazy?
Don't hit the snake in the road
on purpose. What? Like they know it's the most difficult thing to conceptually explain to somebody that what? Like, why would you want to do that? Like they don't even get it.
Yeah.
And then they tried to stop us because they thought we were frogmouth poachers.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
The birds.
And
yeah, they thought we were tawny frogmouth poachers. So there was a guy out there, and then as soon as he saw the white people in the back, he just said, "Fuck it, go ahead."
White people are so uncommon. It is like a thing to see one. Like we can see any white people other than Chris and Ryan, and I don't think anybody in the Roger Ompod had seen any good one while either. Like you go to these tiny little villages, and everyone in the village would come out on the porch to stare at the albino.
Ryan's, they're like,
good, wait, The Indonesians have a term for white people. They call them bule, which means albino, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Like, for instance, bule.
Just calling that Ryan the entire time.
So, I'm not shooting you. We were leaving the tiny little village of Hamdui on Batanta, and 2 girls came out. No, Salawati, sorry, the village in Salawati, and 2 local girls. They could have been like 12 or 40. I couldn't tell. It's really hard to know. They came out and wanted their picture taken with Ryan. So Ryan had around these 2 girls because they wanted their picture taken with the giant albino person.
Oh man, are you sure it wasn't just the guy that bred the most pythons?
Yeah, everybody's ethnically Papuan people are pretty fucking short too. So big ass Ryan, big ass giant white fucking gigantopithecus dude, who's like a foot tall, 18 years taller than everybody.
The best part about those 2 girls. The best part about those girls, though, is they were both rocking Michael Jordan 23 jerseys.
That's crazy.
That's like, that reminds me of we were in Crocosaurus Cove, and Owen and I were getting into the cage of death, and these 2 girls come up, and they're like, they see Owen's your tattoo of the rough scale.
Yeah,
start talking to you.
Yeah, when I took off my shirt.
And then they're like, she's like, I recognize your voice. And he's like, what?
Like, the hell are you talking about?
You're the MPR people. And we're like, damn it.
Like, what the hell?
Start playing.
Why couldn't this happen when we were single?
Damn it, I should have come to Australia sooner. So yeah, that was
she had the Bindi Irwin outfit on and everything. We're like, oh man.
Yeah, died a little on the inside there. But yeah, it was
oh man. That's crazy.
All right. So you got a white lip when you cruised up a white lip.
Is that this one that you cruised up? That one? Look at that smile.
Oh, that a different white lip?
That's the same smile I had when I had a carpet python in my hands.
Yeah, that was we let it go the next day so we could take photos of it during the day. But yeah, that's it.
Nice.
All right, cool.
Was that the highlight of the trip for you, Ryan, or was it? It had to be the chondro, right?
Oh, I mean, for the pythons, yeah, the chondro. I mean, the chondro was most of the trip, but the tree monitors were pretty wild.
Yeah.
But finding the croc monitor was probably, I mean, you could have just struck me down by lightning right there, and I'd have been all right.
Is that a species you want to get into here?
Good time to check out. So.
Yeah, that was pretty
cool.
Oh, wow. That was cool. So did you see, did it do anything? Did it run away from you? What was its like?
Oh yeah, it went up the tree, and then the guides, they tried to catch it. They went up the tree, and that's some crazy shit right there, watching these guys climb 80, 90 feet up trees with noose poles trying to catch it. And it kept jumping from tree to tree, and at one point we were shaking, and it came back down to the ground, and then it was like, oh shit, what do you do with an 8-foot lizard? And then in the panic, it ran back up the tree, and so yeah, it was
like,
that was
this
an
whole
interesting couple hours.
to get this lizard down, and then like it's almost like nobody thought the plan would work, so there was no plan as to what to do. Is everybody's there's this brief second where everybody's standing around, and there's the lizard like, what the fuck do we do now? Nobody could believe that it worked, and then instantly it just exploded in energy and shot right back up the same tree again, 50 feet off the ground, gone.
Wow.
I don't know if I'd be able to like. I think everything in my body would be like, don't dive on the dinosaur. Like, don't try that. But that's awesome though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a full big male
one.
crocmonger. Like it was not to be trifled with.
Oh.
And where we were at, if you'd have got bit in the wrong place, you'd bleed out pretty fast.
Kiss it goodbye. Yeah.
We were not. We weren't like on the. There's only like 2 villages on the entire island of Batanta.
Uh-huh.
And we weren't in either of them. We were on like a guy that a friend knew who his family owned this land on like the backside of the island where there was fucking nobody and nothing. And there's no roads on Batanta. There's no cars. There's nothing. There's no infrastructure at all. It's 99.9% just primary forest. So you were in a bad. It was a good we were a good hour boat ride to get to the village, which is not like the village has a hospital. You were
right.
You were not in a place you really want to get tore up by an 8-foot venomous monitor lizard.
No.
Yeah. No.
How are the skies at night?
Amazing.
Dark. Yeah. I can
mostly we were under the rainforest. The canopy was hard to see.
Oh, shit. And was it just like humidity and bugs basically the whole time?
Oh yeah.
No, you get so many I got so many mosquito bites. You get to a point where you just give up, and you just watch them biting you, and you don't even try to get rid of them or brush them off. You just let them do it because
do it. Take the blood.
More biting you, you can't even see, and you're just spent. I don't fuck care. Have at.
Yeah.
I didn't have near the problems with the mosquitoes you did. I don't know what was going on.
I am clearly more delicious than you.
But see, there are some people. There's because I've seen ticks jump on me and then get like a whiff of Rob Stone and find a way to get off of me onto him. So like some people just have the blood.
This is not a super crave. I do not.
I don't want that either.
It was like probably 2.5 weeks after we got back before the last bug bite was gone. I had a few got infected and just.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
It's bad.
Here we have the. I don't know if you guys got them last time when you came out. You got the ticks, but then you got the chiggers too. And to me, they're the worst. They bite you, and they're like, I hate that.
I did pretty good with the bugs until near the end. I ended up hanging out. I took my. I was just sitting in the little hut area that they had made, and I could tell, I'm like, something's tearing me up, but you can't really see anything. And the next thing I knew, my feet were just completely demolished by these sandflies. Got me bad.
Oh no! Like
from the knees down, it looked like he had smallpox or something.
They're not letting them back on the plane.
Some sort of like you need to quarantine somewhere. There's something wrong with.
Excuse me, my albino friend is not ill. He's fine. Okay.
It's rough. Like it kicks your ass. Like it's.
Oh man.
Well, because you're traipsing through. There's not trails or anything. Mostly, you're just traipsing through the forest, and it's wet all the time and marshy. So you like sink a foot in the mud with every step. You can't really wear boots because it'll just be totally waterlogged, and then your feet are just perpetually wet. So you have to wear like Keen sandals, like closed-toed sandals, to let the water drain out.
Mm-hmm.
They're constantly getting rocks and dirt and sticks and God only knows what else in there.
Jesus.
But yeah, it was
Herping is like you're like the most uncomfortable you ever are until you find the snake, and then it's like it's all worth it.
Everything's better.
In order to go through this to get to that, the top of the mountain, you got to go through this valley, and
there was some work involved. There were moments though, like in a lot of those trips, where you just have those moments where you kind of actually sit back and reflect.
Yeah,
in the moment, you kind of take it all in, and
hell yeah, man! You guys are in Papua New Guinea. That's freaking insane.
Yeah.
No. At a certain point, just be like people joke, but literally, we got off the plane in Sarong, and it's like we are actually on New Guinea.
Man, that's wild.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we thought, we dreamed of this. You think about it for me, I thought, I've been to a lot of things, and a lot of those things, parrots, fish, all come from there. And so my whole life, you've been reading and dreaming about going there. To actually be there is like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Was it what you expected it to be, or was it different than what you expected it to be?
I would say the cities are probably what I didn't expect. They actually have, big old cities and stuff,
Right.
but like Sarong was a pretty, there was some relatively new architecture there.
Oh,
but
okay.
when you're out in the jungle, it was what you expected it to be. Just remote jungle. Look like some parts look like people had never even been there before. So
I think when you got out in the islands, they were what you expected, I thought. Like, they're, to me anyway, they were the occasional small village of 150, 200 people tops, no cars, no nothing. Everybody's basically living, not in the Neolithic, but basically they're almost hunter-gatherers. Most of these people are not, almost nobody's punching a time card going to work. Like, you're just growing stuff in your garden to eat and living on that and what you can fish out of the ocean that's right there, and that's pretty much it. The only way to get anywhere is in a boat. It's not...
Sometimes I'm a little jealous of that. When I'm at work, sometimes I would trade that.
Sometimes.
It's it was eye-opening and culturally.
So did you pack different for this trip because of the fact that it was going to be so remote? Did you have more equipment on you? Did you just wing it and just hope that, because I mean, you're going so remote, what did you do for water and stuff? Like, did you take a filter, or did you?
No, we bought a bunch of water and just took it with us.
Oh, okay. All right. So you can do that. Okay.
Yeah, at Wygo, we had to basically buy all of our supplies for the whole trip.
Gotcha.
There is a town in Waigeo that's an actual town. It ain't much of a town, but it's a town that has multiple businesses in it and stores. Not many, but a few. Like, it's a very small town, but a proper town, and
enough to be considered a town. Yeah.
All these other islands, there's nothing. You're not going to the store where you can get like a case of bottled water. Nothing like that exists.
Right.
In these other places. So we stocked up in Waigeo. But one thing I think people this is not a place you could just go and get on a plane. Oh, I'm going to go to New Guinea and go herping. It's like, you will not see anything. You will not get out of the airport probably.
Right.
Got it.
Nobody cares about you. Nobody speaks English. Nobody gives a shit. You need to have some local contacts in advance to kind of like facilitate things.
Right.
Like, okay, the only way to get around these islands is a boat. You need a boat guy, i.e. a guy with a boat. How does one get a boat guy? Where would you go? If you got off the plane on Sarong, how would you? And you could you probably get to the ferry terminal to get to Waigeo. How are you going to get a boat guy? You don't speak Indonesian or Sundanese or anything.
Right.
Where do the boat guys hang out? How would you broach that conversation? Hey, I'd like to hire you for a week round the clock and give you a bunch of money. You're my boat guy.
Right.
How do you even do that?
Yeah.
You got to know you got to lay some groundwork. You cannot wing it.
Right. Yeah.
Also, a lot of the land is privately owned or is in different families own chunks of land. You can't just go traipsing around. You kind of need to get permission from the people whose land you're herping on, which is
okay.
From what I gather is generally they will give you that permission, but you got to ask. You can't just go.
Yeah.
And so knowing that,
and you got to ask, and you've got to pay for that privilege.
Yeah.
Of course, right?
Yeah, typically the deal works like this: like, I'm going to go herp on this land, and then you get a hold of whoever owns that land, and then you hire them as a guide. You basically just give them some money to let you go herp on their land, and they may help you to varying degrees. Although that first guy on Waigeo, he came in clutch, found a bunch of stuff. So,
okay.
And you think, like, why do I got to give you 100,000 Indonesian rand every single day to go walking around and getting bit by bugs and leeches? And then you realize that 100,000 rand is like $9.
All right, yeah, I'll do it.
Whatever, it's awesome. It's fine. It's fine. It's it's like not. We gave, put it this way, the boat guy. We gave what did we give the boat guy? Was it $9.5 million? 8 million.
8 million.
8 million.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Convert
2
it.
million of that was for fuel for the entire week. And he's driving. There's as much 7 or 8 of us on the boat at various points.
Right.
Going anywhere you want to go because no matter what you were going or where you were going or what you're doing, you had to get in a boat to go do it.
Okay.
Nothing's connected by roads.
Right.
But yeah, that's like it'd be like $700. And this guy who like cooked and cleaned up and helped set up camp and drove us around and everything. It's like
it's not bad.
Not bad.
It was probably like 8 months' wages. Like wages. He probably the best year ever he's had financially. Like he's doing great.
Hashtag winning.
I see why he did this. Yeah. That's fine. I see why he stuck around for so long. Yeah.
You gotta wait to pay him till the end though. You gotta get the gas, and then you get paid at the end, so you don't just get left on some island somewhere.
That's one of the pitfalls of finding your own boat guy when you go to wing it. Is you're probably gonna get left on an island. Yeah. So
that was
okay. He's pretty cool. Woody was his name. We had Udi and Buddy. So
okay.
Woody was our translator. Woody was our boat guy.
Good to know.
Very good.
No English at all. Like no English at all. Like had a conversation with him with no words, all head nod gestures, in which he conveyed to me, asked me if I was hungry. I conveyed yes without any words, and he made me something to eat. Like it was like no words spoken. He doesn't do anything. Nice dude.
That's fantastic.
To be fair, Nick's really good at conveying that he's hungry, so it doesn't say any language. They could figure it out.
Yeah, the answer is always yes. Always.
Yeah. Was it Thailand that Nick's like, for like $5 I could have as much pasta noodle as I wanted? Like, did you have that moment here too?
Like, unlike Thailand, the portions are so small because they're like regular sized humans. So. But everything's cheap, so I would just order 2 entrees for dinner every year. Goes where I'd get 2 different dinners and then eat both of them.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
but the sweetest meal that Mutton had on our trip was the illicitly collected roll on the flight over.
The roll! Oh my god! Sometimes the funniest shit happens, and we had to fly from Seattle to Taipei and Taipei to Jakarta. It was the Seattle to Taipei, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Seattle going into Taipei and Taiwan, and sitting next to this, I assume, Taiwanese dude. And he's like just a total demanding diva pain in the ass. Like, he was just like, every time they come around, because they feed you and everything, keep you hydrated and fed and stuff. And every time, he would just demand extra of everything. Like they came around, it was like chicken or fish. He's like, I want both.
Wow, okay.
He demanded both entrees. So I got stuck with this shitty fish oatmeal thing that was gross because he got the last chicken and the fish. So I got this shitty, gross thing I didn't even want. It's like some kind of fishy oatmeal thing.
Ugh.
And, well, one of those and the thing I would have ordered.
Dude next to him's eating chicken or fish, and Nick's just got like fish
extra
face.
Dinner rolls, extra everything. And apparently his family was on the other side of the aisle. He was sitting in the middle section with us, and then on the end, on the aisle, and then there's an older woman, a younger woman, and a younger boy. I assume his family were on the other side. He kept talking to them, and like he had this roll because obviously he couldn't possibly eat anymore because he was stuffed. He couldn't. He just kept sitting there, and he kept leaning over talking. I'm like, Ryan, go steal that dude's roll. And, Ryan's like, I'm not stealing his roll. I'm not stealing his roll. It's like, steal the roll.
Get me the roll.
And about the point I just gave up, Ryan's not going to steal this dude's roll because Ryan was sitting next to him and was in between me and him. And then the guy reaches over to talk to his kid or something, and Ryan just palms that roll and hands it to me. Oh, shit, he actually did it. Like, let's put the roll underneath the counter.
Ryan was waiting for the right moment, dude. Like, you gotta time it.
I didn't want the roll, but I'm just like, I was so pissed. This dude's irritating. So I'm like, I just kept like, the
hardest part was watching you eat it while he was looking for it.
Literally, he notices the roll's gone, and he is like getting up out of his seat, looking on the floor. He's looking all over where this roll went.
As Nick's like slowly just like,
But aside from the comedic value, which was
great,
it's a long flight, so that was welcome. But valuable lessons were learned. Apparently, they'll just give you more shit. You can just ask.
So
we just kept implementing that. Like, can I get that whole can of soda? Yes, always.
Oh, thank you.
Can I get extra roll? Yeah. Can I, whatever little snacks are, little cookies, can I get another one? Yeah. Apparently, you just gotta ask. They'll just give you extra stuff.
Oh man,
I don't know. Yeah,
it's so much different than American Airlines, where they throw the Coke can at you and tell you to shut up.
Right?
God,
Oh shit!
Yeah, just like, and then at the end, we're getting ready to land and everything. He's like taking all the food he has hoarded, all the extra food, a lot of it, and he didn't even eat it. He's sticking it in his bag to take it with him.
Oh really?
He was just stocking up his refrigerators.
That's how food shop. Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, he's like looking all over on the floor for the roll. Like, I'm thinking, like, if you found the roll on the floor, would you pick it up? Like, if you're looking on the floor, isn't the roll a lost cause really by that point?
Yeah.
This guy's still mad that he lost that roll on that airline.
He was like, we're just like, kind of like just laughing. Oh man.
He's walking out with a big bag of food. He's like, they still got my roll.
They still got the roll.
He's got a long haul flight. Just steal your neighbor's roll and they're not looking. We'll make it.
That's right. Watch out, Owen.
Take it. Yeah.
I'm gonna make you steal rolls for me.
You just have to ask, apparently. Yeah.
They'll give you another one.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So we were talking about the chondro.
There it is.
There we go. Yeah. A little happier than this one than the one.
A little happier.
Smiles a little bit better.
Looks a little bit happier now. Yeah.
I got a picture of Ryan. Looks like a serial killer. He's got this crazy. His smile is so big. He looks like a serial killer or something. Like, oh my god! Like, I've never seen a grown ass 40-year-old man look giddy before. It's like just. It's like whoa, like.
I can relate, Ryan. I got it.
Well, we earned that. That snake came on the very last night, so we earned it.
Oh shit! It was one of those.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Did you find one before this, or this was the?
No, that was it.
Oh man! Oh, he must have been super happy then. Oh shit!
So where was it? Was it in a tree or was it actually down on the ground?
It was right where you like how you see it. It was probably only about 2 feet off the ground, but the way the hillside was, I was able to sit in front of it and have it look like that. But it was pretty close to the ground.
Wow. Did all really of your
steep incline?
Oh yeah. Did all of your all of the I'm trying to think of the right word to use. All the I guess you didn't take shit, but you know how the chondro people can be funny about like, their magical green snakes on sticks, and like your approach was just like, it's just a green python. What's the difference? Do you feel like seeing it in the wild? Do you feel like, looking at the size, body shape, the environment, all that stuff, you feel that you've been right? Do you feel a little justification? Like, yeah, I told you that.
I mean, I don't know that I learned, I only observed one for an hour or so. So it's not, but I wouldn't really change anything I'm doing. It'd be cool to keep one in a huge cage to be able to, see it, do the ambush where it positions itself and all that. That'd be pretty cool to see, but
Gotcha. Okay.
And maybe a little cooler. It was a lot cooler than, overall than I expected.
Yeah, sometimes that's the problem with these herp trips, right? I say all the time, it's like you go on the trip, you're seeing this little snapshot of something, and it's, you don't want to get too crazy thinking like, oh, I got it all figured out. It's, this degrees, and then, because nature doesn't work that way. But
no, you're there. I mean, I spent, 9-10 nights looking for green pythons. Found green python one night. Hard to extrapolate too many things out of that.
Right.
We literally hiked through the jungle every single night for hours with a big group of people. It wasn't just me and Ryan. There was at minimum 4 or 5 of us every single night out looking like in perfect habitat. And then when you finally find it, it's the almost accidental.
Yeah.
Like Chris and another guy had gone way up the hill, blazed a trail, just absolutely determined. So last night we're finding this chondro tonight. And I was a little bit further up the hill. Ryan was down below me, and Udi was off to the side. And I wanted to let these guys catch up to Ryan because I was further up the hillside. So I just sat on like this buttress route and waited for everybody to kind of catch up to me. And then when we all convened where I was sitting my fat ass on this buttress route, Udi just looks over and it's just right there. I was sitting there.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, like, if I would just look to my left, it was just right there. Setting up the ambush bows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we find a con? Oh, you mean this one? Right
that
here?
thing?
Like,
Right. This one you're looking for? That's awesome that came. Like a lot of times in herp trips, it's like the last night somehow you find the thing that you've been looking for. Really kind of helps it.
Oh, that was our whole trip. Basically all the big finds almost came at the last
second.
Like we were getting ready to leave, and all the tree monitors were like that pretty much. We were literally loading in the boat, waiting to go, and we found one.
Oh, really? Seems like you guys found a lot of those. You found what?
A lot of
blue ones, the green ones. I don't know the species.
Yeah, we saw the gold spot. We saw the blue ones and the green one.
That's awesome.
Our last trip to Australia was very monitor heavy too. We found so many monitors, so little snakes.
Seeing stuff that like isn't in your wheelhouse, like monitors and stuff like that, does it kind of make you want to get into it, or are you guys cool with where you're at with these legless things?
I love tree monitors. I've kept tree monitors before, so
cool.
I certainly wouldn't rule out having them again.
And Nick's setting up a croc monitor enclosure that he's going to tell us about, or no?
No, veranda, I'm too lazy for veranda.
I'm with you, Nick.
I'm like a lazy man. I mean, snakes are the lazy person's pet, but pythons are the lazy man.
Yeah.
Monitors are just the opposite of that. Like, I like them. I've kept them over the years, but I would actually cut the snakes way, way back. I could see when I'm getting to a quasi-retirement or something and not trying to make a living doing this so much and enjoy. I would like to. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
But, we found every single monitor there is.
All the ones that are on the list.
Like 100%. There's not a single monitor species in this bioregion we did not find.
Wow.
That's cool.
What other species are there?
Mangrove monitors, though I think they're technically chlorostigma now.
Okay.
But so mangrove monitors, jobiensis, blue-tailed monitor, three species of tree monitors, and a croc monitor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice. 7 species of monitors.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
we saw 3 out of 4 of the pythons. So.
And both boas. There's 2 boas. We found both boas.
Yeah, I didn't even realize you saw that till I started looking through your pictures and I saw the where is it? There it is. This one, right? That's pretty cool.
Viper boa.
That's totally in situ. It was just sitting there in the mud in the middle of the day.
That is really cool.
Sitting there.
Okay. That's cool.
Candoya, so of course it made no attempt to move or anything.
You guys both breed them, right? Or no?
No.
Fiddle fart around with them. Like I don't have any viper boas. I've not done very well with those. I have Halmahera ground boas, which are obviously closely related.
Right.
Cool.
I've got 3 species of Candoya.
Gotcha.
I only have one species.
Oh, okay. I have none. How about you?
I don't have any. I don't have any.
Crazy.
Listen, I have a recent foray into boa, but I've not reached this level of boa yet. So,
Okay.
I'm still playing with red tails thinking I'm hot shit. Give me a couple years.
So what was like finding the scrub like? What was it? Was it chill? Was it not chill? Did it want to rip your face off?
Did it bleed several people?
Oh no, it was actually really. It struck once, but that was really well behaved for a big scrub too.
Nice.
What
it was just 40 feet up in a tree.
Did
they climb up and get it?
Did you shake that tree and get that one?
Oh yeah, they climbed up and get it, and I thought for sure somebody was going to die that night.
I'm just saying, like, you guys, it is so sketchy. Like these Papuan dudes, they're all just walking through the forest barefoot anyway.
What? Really?
Shimmy. Oh yeah, they're not wearing shoes. They climb these trees barefoot, and they usually don't climb the tree the thing is in. They find a small tree that their trees are really tightly packed, so they find a smaller tree. It's easier to climb. That's right next to the big tree that the animal's in, and they climb up the tree next to it, then reach across, try to get it down.
Wow.
But this thing was 40, 50 feet off the ground. Like it was way up there.
That's crazy.
The fact that you're going barefoot in the jungle, like
up the tree.
But there's a considerable amount of venomous snake in parts of Indonesia.
Not as many as you would think. I would have thought there'd be more venomous snakes. There's really only one you got to worry about.
Which one's that?
The giant Papuan small-eyed snake, the Ika.
Ah,
okay.
Which find a great big giant ass one of that, which it's a beautiful big elapid.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah, watching those guys scale that tree and bend it over to the other tree in the middle of the night was something else.
Literally, like one of the guys, Unco, who climbed up the tree. They had like two guys climbing opposing trees, trying to on either side of that croc monitor, and Unco it's like something out of a cartoon. There's like these giant ass vines, are like this big around, as big as a energy drink can, and he just like. This vine goes like 100 feet up. He just like grabs it, kind of tugs on it. It seems solid. And he starts climbing up it. Like he was thinking, like I am gonna watch somebody's gonna die today for my benefit. Like, these guys are not getting paid that much.
Right.
Again, it's like $9 a day US. A lot of money for them in the local economy for sure. But like,
but still, nobody's got to die.
Like I think there's no. If they fall, they're gonna fucking die. There's no surviving it.
Yeah. Plus, even if you had a chance, you're so remote, right?
There's like they are so far up there. Like I'm just thinking, like, oh my god, I'm gonna have video of somebody falling to their death. So filming all this,
Ooh, okay. So they get the.
Oh,
did he grab it and then climb down with the snake in his hand? Like, how does it? Is he getting nailed as he's going?
He hooked the snake and flung it to the ground, basically. So.
Oh, well, it got down.
I almost caught it, but I didn't.
Yeah, gotcha.
It cut down. Is a good idea.
A lot softer than you think. It's just
okay.
Leaf litter.
Yeah. Oh, and that looks like that Kofi one that Chris had, don't it?
Kind of
like that pattern. Yeah.
Right now,
it's
like
really a cool looking.
The head reminds me of my Womanas, but like everything reminds me of my Womanas right now. So
yes, this ain't no Womana. This is This one was from Wagyu.
Cool.
Although all the ones in the Raja pot kind of have that look where they're mostly light with small dark bands as opposed to dark with light bands.
Right.
There's a tiny, not much bigger than the hatchling, a little tiny juvenile from Bentanta that has the same sort of.
Oh yeah,
that one.
Yeah.
I came prepared.
my pair is I think Nick produced them. I got them from Lucas. So the female's brighter, but the male is actually darker. So he kind of had a lot of black on them like that. So
wow, they're a cool looking snake. That is cool.
I'm beginning to appreciate scrubs more.
Okay.
It becomes an obsession, a very unrewarding and expensive obsession.
Excellent. I'm used to those.
Are you going?
They take up a lot of space, a lot of work. They're really difficult. They're uncooperative and they're hard to breed. So where do I sign? And they're
correct. She takes the hook from me all the time. So, but Ryan just got a clutch of scrubs, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I saw that.
Yeah, cool.
They're actually laid while I was at Mutton's house.
There you go. Nice.
I didn't even know you had to grab a female. He's so superstitious, he doesn't tell me anything until they lay eggs.
To be fair, I really thought it was going to go badly. Oh man, the day before she looked like the way she was sitting. I thought, oh, she's egg bound. Like it looked because she didn't look that gravid. She wasn't basking as much as I expected. And she didn't look that gravid. And then the day before she laid, she was out. And like the way she was laying draped over I was like, oh my God, the eggs have like filled out, when they're supposed to lay them and they don't, and they pop, they kind of inflate or whatever.
Like,
And I thought, oh shit, she's keeping them and this is going badly. And even it was still a few days before she was due. So I was like, well, maybe it's all right. So, I mean, there's nothing you do. So I just left her alone. And then the next morning I went out there. She still hadn't laid them. I went up to Mutton's house, but when I got home, she was sitting on them. So
nice.
And is that a is she You bred her before, or?
I produced her, so I bred her parents.
Okay,
for wild
gotcha.
caught.
Cool.
Nice. Okay.
Cool.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you think? Do you guys think? What do you guys equate to the uptick in its success with scrubs as of late? Do you think that that's just those animals have just matured and people have stayed with it long enough?
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
There's no breakthroughs. There's just more people trying.
Right.
It's like, why could nobody breed Halmahera pythons? And now multiple people have done it because more people are trying to breed Halmahera pythons. When hardly anybody had any, and they're all beat to shit wild caughts that were 8 feet long, and like the early ones, like I had a bunch of, they came in terrible condition. Now people get little ones, raise them up, and more people who are serious people,
right?
Surprise, surprise, more success. It's like, I don't think I think it's just more people trying in a serious way, not more qualified people, I guess.
Right.
And I think it's also equate to those older animals used to bounce. Like if they didn't breed after 2 years, they'd be kicked out to someone else's house. And
I think there's many scrubs, Owen, that went from me to you to
Chris,
Chris,
to someone else. Like, it's like all the way back. And it's like this animal never goddamn settled.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's for a group that's pretty high strung naturally. The stress of moving from place to place is not going to help.
No.
Like at all. It's, so that's not helping. But,
yeah.
I have another thought that we were talking about that maybe, I don't know what you guys think about it, but like, it seems that, and it could just be us looking into it, but me and Owen are having a shit year this year, right? Total shit. And it's like the East Coast seems to have a shit year. And Lucas, who's on the West Coast, is
crushing everything he sees.
So I'm curious if you guys are crushing it. And I don't know. I remember, Nick, I think you were on Reptile Radio in 2009. And this is like even before I knew you. But I remember you talking about how in 2009 you had the worst year. And you were talking about El Nino and all those kind of things. And like, do you think that plays into it? Are you having a shit year?
No, he's crushing. He's got like 20-something clutches. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's like 40 clutches is a good year for me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I am a super pessimist. You've known me a long time.
Yeah.
I'm always a pessimist.
We speak the same language.
Everything's terrible. Everything's terrible. None of these things are going to hatch. Nothing's breeding. This sucks. It's kind of, and then it usually works out to be okay.
Right.
So I don't know. I've got okay. I mean, there's always the things you want to go, and there's the things that actually decided to go. I'm not going to be able to complain, I think, this year. And I think the areas where I could have done better, it's not the weather's fault. It's my fault. I didn't feed this enough. I didn't, I think any shortcomings in my breeding season this year easily chalked up to my own poor performance, perhaps. Okay. And not necessarily any sort of weather issue or anything. In regards to like the El Nino phenomenon and La Nina, those are climate events that change the precipitation. Storms move up north or south. Well, if you start changing that, what happens when it rains? Barometric pressure drops. What happens when barometric pressure drops? Snakes get horny.
Right.
So if you start fucking with when the rains come, you're kind of inadvertently fucking with when your snakes get horny, and you could easily see that.
Yeah.
Play a little bit. Now, I mean, a lot of this stuff are multi-generation captive bred animals now at this point, carpets especially. I don't know how much that, I think every filial generation you get removed from a wild ancestor, you probably get a little less and less in touch with that stuff.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I've noticed I don't have a single friend on the entire East Coast that's just telling me they're crushing it this year. Everybody's bemoaning having a terrible season.
Yeah.
Like every single person.
I mean,
doing terrible.
Like Nick, I do that every year where I wander through my snake room and go, I'm like, nothing's breeding. I'm horrible. And
I got to listen to him.
Sucks.
You'll be okay, Owen.
Eric signed the contract to listen to me. So he has to. It's an obligation. So, but like this year, my corn snakes weren't breeding. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like
this little competition I've got with Ryan going now is like trying to catch up now. And that's like, if I can just add one or two more species to my list every year, like that'll make up for some other clutches didn't happen. And I could gain two more this year. I have 2 gravid females of 2 different species. One Ryan has never bred.
Okay.
And one is just a Sumatran shorttail, which should lay eggs. But I don't know. She doesn't look that gravid. I know she's going to drop in about 2 weeks, and I wish she looked more gravid. I only need to hatch 1 egg, though. That's all. I was like,
that counts.
Well, you know what it's like? It's like, you know, when you get those females, you know they're going to lay, but they're not that gravid. They're just a little gravid. You're like, oh, crap, it's going to be duds.
Just one.
Yeah, it's like, just give me one. Give me one hatchling.
I have a clutch of 8 jungles that is like every day I open the incubator, one more looks worse. And it's like, I am 10 days away from their hatch date. And I'm like, just give me something, because give me something. So we'll see.
Yeah, the other is one that you dare not hope too much. I mean, she's going to lay, but it's like, I'm extraordinarily pessimistic on the prospects of getting fertile eggs, but
gotcha. Shit.
That one shall remain nameless, and I will reveal my shame in approximately 24 days.
Hey Siri, remind me in
24 days to call Nick.
You watching Nick's feed.
Relay shed was on the 1st, so about that ish. Maybe a few days longer, but
nice.
I dare not even. Hopes, expectations could not be any lower. Although
morale low.
The old expression, sun shines on a dog's ass once in a while. So
what the hell?
One of those you never saw the male do anything. It's like, or either of them. It's like, you guys aren't doing anything. Like,
that was. Those are some of my favorite ones though, because you're like, can't confirm, and then she's wide as a house, and it's like, well, shit, okay. But I've noticed this year I pulled the male on a couple things, and it's like, she's huge, and then it's just right back to, and I'm like, oh crap. So again, I'm the problem here. So.
Yeah, see, I can't keep monitor lizards because Nick is bound and determined to try to catch up with me. So I can't be getting sidetracked. I gotta keep pushing.
I'm saying, look, Ryan's gotta keep pushing the bowl, moving the finish line.
This has gotten into a weird obsession. Like, I spent $9,000 on retics in the last year.
Holy shit!
And I didn't even want any retics. I don't even want any retics. $9,000.
Wow.
I have a pure pair of all 4 species. You know how hard it is to find pure retics that aren't hybrids? It's almost fucking impossible.
Sure, yeah.
Retic gene pool is so messed up. To find pure Salar retics, pure Philippine retics, pure Calato retics, and the hardest one of all, it turns out, pure reticulatus. Go figure.
I love how Nick is somehow backdoored
try to find a pure reticulatus.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
You can't. Yeah. They all have some percentage of dwarf blood or Philippine blood or something else in them, which isn't the same. They're all. If there's a morph involved,
some of us have already checked that box. So.
Well, this is a friendly show, guys. Like, I mean, come on. Now, what do you really think?
You bred 1 retic, 1 of 4.
It's one more than you.
I finally got the bollies in proper cages. Like, actually feed the female enough to get her up to size now. Kind of like having to slow roll things. It's like, ugh. You can't like maintenance feed a retic. They'll rub their faces off. Like, you can't just like. So you find yourself like giving them a plethora of hides and feeding them a lot of small meals. So here's something.
Don't get mad. Here you go.
Here's a little meal. Don't grow too fast. Like, it's like,
what are these cracker crumbs? What am I going to do with this?
Now they're all in bigger cages than they were, so I can actually feed them a bit.
But I was very happy for you for breeding those rock pythons, but I was jealous as fuck too.
For the record, those are your rock pythons.
Yeah, he knows.
Oh yeah,
he knows. I'm like, look, Nick bred rock pythons. He goes, those were mine. I'm like, they're great looking. He's like, shut the fuck up. So I'm like, okay, but yeah.
That was a Tinley purchase when I was trying to do the same thing, and then I'm like, what am I doing? I ain't gonna do this.
But that was like 10 years ago. So imagine if you'd have kept going.
Yeah,
like 10 years ago, you'd be.
Whew.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Good contender. I just think, like, is it a stupid thing? Yeah, probably. But it's like, it's what's wrong with having
I think it's fun.
Goal,
I mean, also it's
productive
good because you've somehow backdoored your way into becoming a connection for pure reticulated python blood out of rage and in a competition. So like it's
so for the record, these are all gonna be they're gonna be a hump and dump. I'm gonna bring them up and get the hell out of here.
check the box.
I'm not keeping any of these retics for any amount of time. And I actually like retics. It's just that they're too damn big.
Yeah.
And you know me, like I'm gonna be figuring out like what's the smallest I can possibly breed these retics at. The small.
I hate to admit how much I like the retics. I really like the salars a lot.
I had to get.
They're cool.
I had to get rid of the rock python adults because they're big.
Yeah.
How big
I like
did they
my rock
get?
pythons a lot too.
Oh, the male's probably 6 feet, and the male's probably 7 feet.
Are they
Brian,
feisty?
Probably 7 feet. What?
Are they feisty like African rocks are? No. Okay.
The male will hiss at you, and you will never trust them ever. Like they've never struck at me. They never struck at me ever at any point. You could handle them, but you will never trust them. You will always keep an eye on. Like I am watching you. I'm not. It's like they command a level of respect that lots of other stuff doesn't for some reason. Like
just a different thing.
Brian,
I think the rocks are way more intense than even the retics as far as just the way they look at you and the way they behave with you.
Did you take the rocks from Nick, or did you go get your
No,
different rocks?
I've raised up my own, so hopefully I'll check that box here soon.
I wish I did. I wish I could have kept the rocks longer term because I actually really like them, but I've got Pimbera. I have to. There's gonna
they're cool too, man.
I've got those. I've got Apodora. I've got 4 retic species. Like I've got all these.
Man, you turn into a big snake guy.
You gotta get the box.
No, I don't want to be a big snake guy. I want to breed all the big snakes one time. And what's pissing me off more than anything is my lazy male berm. Like this is the 3rd year trying to breed these berms. They are gone. The second they are gone. I'm gonna send a picture on my phone of an egg pip and I'm done. And those things are gone.
All of a sudden,
6-foot cages for berms and stuff around. Like,
oh my god,
just normal berms, just so you could check that, or
well, it's pretty hard to find a normal berm.
Yeah, I would say that was. Yeah,
I wish I could have got normals. The male's like a hypo head albino, and the female's a normal head albino.
Gotcha.
Because I couldn't find any that.
You didn't want no Everglades locality.
Let's say if they pass that law in Florida, just go get your own. Yeah.
And I think now the legal situation is you can't go get your own. They won't let you take them out of Florida either.
No, they're working.
Which is insane. That's government. That's government efficiency for you. It's like we have a problem. We have this thing here we don't want, but people want to come here and take the thing away from here, thus solving our problem. Make that illegal.
Yeah, I heard they were trying to do something to push it so that you could, if it's non-native, you could catch it and sell it out of state because they
take it out. Yes, like
right. They want it for this. They want it for the tegus. They want it for the lionfish. It's like people are spending shit ton of money for lionfish that are caught over where they belong. It's like there are tons in Florida. So yeah,
stupid.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, the big snake thing. That's a whole yikes.
Now I just have to beat you to it.
Yeah.
What?
Now I just have to beat you to it.
Which one? The retics?
Well, you've got Jampiensis and Saputri, don't you? The only ones you don't have are the Philippine ones.
Maybe.
I had those.
He was never going to do that until I told him I got him, and he went back there and secretly bought a pair.
He swiped it like a roll off of someone's
I can't be letting you try to get a leg up, man. What do you think?
Man, you can't be the goat and let somebody come and try to sneak in. You know what I mean? You gotta hold that.
I'll give you credit though, man. I thought I set the bar high enough that you'd give up and you didn't. So you're keeping me going.
It's like you don't know him. Like it's
come on, man.
When is Nick ever not accepted a challenge? I like short-tail pythons really, so I never kept them. I don't really like them.
Yeah.
Oh, you do like them? You like them now?
No, I don't like them.
I
was going to pick all 3 species though.
Yeah,
but those are going to be a hump and dump once you get the eggs. Yeah, they're out of there too.
The Borneos aren't bad. I actually bought a second pair of Borneos. I have like 2.1 Sarawak ones, and then I got just a generic counterbred male or female. Yeah. I might keep one of the pairs of Sarawak ones. They're kind of interesting. Okay. I actually don't mind the Sumatrans. It's really just the bloods that are terrible. that I truly despise those snakes. Like they are awful. Like I will give them away for free. Like the minute I hatch an egg, I will just come take them away for nothing.
Get them out of here.
Don't want them.
Lucas is all of a sudden going to have a whole bunch of
Yeah, just like ring Lucas's doorbell.
Take those. She slugged out last year. I got like 4 slugs. I'm like, oh, so close.
One. I just need one.
Damn. That's nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to breed all 3 of them this year. I don't think the Borneos. I didn't see the male Borneo do anything, and we'll see. The problem is I struggle. You need to feed them up to get them to lay, and then like I hate them so much I don't want to give them any food because I'm like, oh, it's like there's always that like you're always picking winners and losers with rats, aren't you?
You are.
40 large rats. Who's getting fed? It's like, oh, not you, jerk.
This like, medium rat is bigger than all the other medium rats. You shall go to my favorite. Like, yeah.
Well, like to keep any of the short-tail pythons like a decent body weight requires almost no food. They basically eat. They're the most energy efficient animal it's mind-boggling. I wish I liked them more.
Yeah.
They're like, I've never seen anything grow so fast. My female Borneo I got from my friend Christian Elmer, and I about called him an idiot to his face. I've known him forever, but he was at the local expo over Seattle, and he had some like they weren't even a year old. They were like in 6-inch deli cups, and they were like about taped shut, exploding out of these cups. They were so huge. And they were like, 4 months old or something, or 5 months old. I'm like, why are you feeding these so much if you're just trying to sell them? Why would you feed them to that size that quickly?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know. I hardly feed them at all. They just grow fast. I'm thinking, yeah, right. I got him. Holy shit. I fed that female like 3 times and it's big enough to breed. Yeah. I've never, it's insane. Apparently, he probably fed them like 3 hopper mice and they got that big. It was like the conversion rate of calories to size is just like nothing.
That's all they're doing. Yep.
It's the best cost analysis of anything Python
ever.
Project there is.
The tiny amount of food you put in, it only shits like 4 times a year and it lays like 18 eggs. You kidding me?
What the hell have we been doing this whole time?
I don't know.
It's the size of a fucking elephant, but still.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, holy
like
shit!
A Rottweiler snuck in and shit in the snake box. Yeah,
man, it's the efficiency of a. Well, they're basically a Pac-Man frog of pythons. Like, just sit in this mud and never move until something gets close.
Something will come up eventually.
That just spends 0 calories in your day-to-day life at all.
Yeah, there's a guy I watch on YouTube. He lives somewhere over there where the blood pythons are, and he goes and just digs them out of holes, and
there's like 6 of them in there.
Yeah, it's crazy. And sometimes we'll pull retics out, and the other ones sometimes king cobras. So you have to be careful on what he's
cross the spectrum right there. Yeah,
all fun and games till it's the king cobra.
Till it's the king. Yeah,
it is. He pulls it out. He's like, whoa. He's like, oh shit. Big snake.
Ryan, is there anything new that you might get this year that will like again move the finish line away from Nick, like 1 or 2 species, or are we not ready to reveal that yet?
I mean, I'm hoping for African rock pythons, and it would be nice if my Ruffy decided to have a breed for me. So
okay,
that would be nice. But
that would be nice.
It would be nice.
Long suffering.
Because I hope I liked how last year went. Nick gained 2 species, but then I gained 2 species, so just kept the number
it
where it should be.
Yeah, it was just up.
So I gotta keep him. I gotta keep him. Far enough back. That's what I'm.
Feel big enough of a buffer to feel comfortable. Yeah.
At this point, I don't actually need to buy any snakes to batch run.
That's good.
All the stuff I already have.
That's a good spot to be in.
All 4 retics. I've got rings. I've got both white lips. I've got Apodora. I've got, Pimbera / Mollerus. I've got.
You got a decent group of scrub,
how many
right?
more scrub pythons do I have that I haven't yet bred? I've got Southerns. I've got Barnecks. And
I'm running out of things to do.
Well, I can think of a few you ain't done. So
I know.
Ruffies. And
I'm saying it's gonna come down to the
fruit. Like you ain't got no Brisbanes, and you ain't got. I mean, that's the low hanging fruit. I got to breed those other 3 chondro species I don't even want to deal with.
Oh no, yeah.
I swore off chondros years ago. Now I gotta buy them at ridiculous prices.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So what do you do, Ryan, once you complete the list?
Move to boas.
I don't know. I was actually pretty messed up because I'd always just dreamed of passing the Barkers, and when I did that, it was kind of odd. Like, I'm
What
like,
do I
well,
do
now
now?
what?
Yeah. Shit.
So then I was like, well, then I said like, oh, I'll do 40, and I was like, well, that's not that many more. So I said, oh, I'll do 50. So 50's the goal.
50's the goal. Okay.
Nick wants them all.
And then you retire. That's it. You're out. You're like, I'm done. I did it.
I mean, I'd love to do them all, but obviously some of them, probably never will.
Right. And they keep changing.
I told my wife I might have to go take up residency in different countries for a while. So
to get it.
Check these boxes.
You can live in Gavin's backyard for a while.
At this point,
recognized species of.
Are there even 50 recognized species? I know there's more than that, but
yeah, I think there's 51 or 52, something like that.
That are recognized.
Yeah.
How many unrecognized? So you got...
I think there's 60 something that are on one said and done.
That doesn't make any sense. It just says there's 10 genera and 39 species currently recognized. So that's wrong.
What are you reading? The Blue Bible?
I just pulled up. No, I pulled up Google. I asked the Google machine, and it's stupid.
Google.
Well, it's probably putting all the chondros into two species.
Right? Yeah. There's different stuff with that. So
and the subspecies, it's not counting subspecies. Probably. So.
Probably not. But there you go.
Well, I can think of 9 species off the top of my head that have not been formally classified that are absolutely different species.
Right.
At least 9.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's just counting on my fingers while we're having this conversation. There's probably more I'm missing.
Oh, there has to be.
And when I say they're those 9, I'm not talking like some spurious, like the patternless teamer python, nothing like that. Like actual things that are absolutely,
without a doubt.
DNA's been run, scale counts counted. Like these are different snakes. Like it's obviously a different thing, but it's not formally been published as yet.
You need, you guys need one of these. I was trying to find a picture, but now there we go. You need one of them.
Yeah.
It's Owen Pelly.
Yeah, that was Gavin's.
Yeah, they went to Gavin's place and played with Owen Pelly pythons. I wasn't there, so I'm unhappy about it. So
man, they were cool. They were a cool snake.
Yeah, I might have to go take up residency for a few years.
Just live in Darwin for a couple of years. Yeah.
Don't mind me, Gavin. I won't do much.
Just give me up hair and I'll figure it out.
Do I have to? Now, here's the question: if I go over there and I have an adult pair and I live there for a year, does that count, or do I have to raise them? Can I sublet the raising to somebody else and then go live over there for a year?
Well, I mean, if you bought adults, you would be doing the same thing, no? Right?
But I guess it would count. So I could probably go for like 6 months.
You're gonna have to get some imbricata too while you're there.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it. Yeah,
no, I'd have to do Baron Eye, imbricata, Kinghorn Eye. Yeah, you'd have to just clean sweep it one shot.
Well, the problem is that the legalities of the territory. So, like, you might have to 6 months here and then come back next year to do 6 months in a different place, depending on.
I think you could do it all in Queensland. I think
all in Queensland.
Okay. I think Queensland you can do it all.
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's what
so
you have to do.
I'm gonna have to get a hold of Scott Eiper and be like, "Look, man, you got to raise these things up. I'll pay for them.
You call me
then
when
I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna live in the basement for 6 months. I'm gonna do everything.
I clean the snake shit. Yeah, there you go. He has the imbricata already. You're
he's already started.
Ready to go.
The list is already going.
Damn,
jeez.
Get to herp at night, pretend to breed snakes during the day. That's
breed snakes. See, it's already got asterisks on it because Eric's just like pretend to breed snakes. So yeah.
So, that's cool.
We're on the honor system here, so
I think it's a good thing. I like the fact that you guys have like this, friendly rivalry. Wow, can't even.
I try to compete with Eric, but
gotten out of hand for sure.
Well, Owen tried me. Me and Owen tried to do it, and I just quit breeding snakes.
Stop breeding.
Like, I'm
like, I'm like, let's go. And he's like, you win. I'm like, all right. So yeah. No.
What are you gonna do?
It's.
I just hate selling snakes, man. I just can't. I hate it.
Breeding is one thing. Selling them is a whole other thing.
I hate it. I hate everything about it. I do. I don't like it at all.
Yep.
I'd rather give away snakes.
You don't like all the questions. You're just like,
no, I get it during the day. You know, like, is this? Do these eggs, are they farm raised? I'm like, oh, just buy fucking eggs. Like, what the hell, man? Just get it. Like,
and it's bad with python stuff, but it's worse because like I have the rear fang, the Madagascar hognose, the false water cobra, and other stuff like that. And I'm like, nobody can touch this until you buy it. And people are like, can I handle it to see if it's friendly? I'm like, no. And then they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, it is a rear fang venomous. Like, I understand, but no, like, buy it, then go home and play with it and fuck up your hand for the rest of your life. But like, yeah, no. But it's weird with all different species when it comes to not just like boas, pythons, and stuff like that. People are weird. Yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
As I've gotten older, I've changed my sort of business strategy, and I've just embraced being a curmudgeonly old man. And now I'm just like,
it's good times, ain't it?
If I go to like an expo or something, I'm like that. You kids get off of my lawn. I'm that guy, like, nobody's holding shit. Like, I'm not in a petting zoo. Like, I'll just let you know. I don't care if your kid wants to hold it. I'm not. Nope. Nobody holds anything. I don't even care. I honestly don't even care if you want to buy it.
I don't want you to buy it. Get out of here.
I want to buy it, but I'm not. Nah.
Here's a question for you guys. Do you think that, like, if you become a reptile breeder and you go on podcasts and you put your name out there and whatnot, do you think at some point that, like, you guys don't have to advertise, right? I mean, nobody, you're not advertising, you're just posting and then people just come and get you, right? They hunt you down.
There's some of that, but man, in this day and age, you become irrelevant real fast.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We're in a "what have you done for me lately" culture.
Yeah, I was about to say that exactly.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
You know, that's funny, right? It was like, so for like the past, so my company got sold, so I'm working for a different boss now, but you know, and it's like going through the transition is like selling a supermarket is actually kind of intense. But so I haven't had time to do MPR, and like, you know, not that people were giving me a hard time, but I kind of was like, oh, I think this is it, Owen. This is the end of our line. I guess we're just going to stop here and just go fade into the darkness. There's enough podcasts now that we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I guess you're right. And it's like I said to the people, I said, you know, for 15 years, we bring you a show. Don't miss a week. I missed 3 months, and all of a sudden I'm a fucking asshole. Like, you know what I mean? Like, holy shit. Like, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah. I seriously think that, like, I've been around for doing this for so long. I've produced so many animals, and I would be willing to bet you if I just dropped off the internet in 5 years, no one even remember that I ever existed. It would be like I never walked the face of the earth at any point.
I don't think
so.
You think so? Nah.
You just all go away. It's like you gotta just keep constantly, like, I find like in my own sort of herp career, if you do something big, you can coast for a minute, but you got to keep, you know,
something else. The next thing, yeah.
You might get a coast for a couple of years because you put out a book or something, but man, who cares?
Yeah.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah,
it kicks in.
I guess the hobby's growing so much that you have so many new people coming in, because, you know, it's funny. I got this message, and it was nothing by it or whatever, but this guy said, hey, I saw that you posted up a picture, and I saw your profile had a Carpet Fest picture on it. You should come down to the Texas Carpet Fest. It's this day. And I'm like, wow, this guy doesn't know that we were the one that started Carpet Fest.
You
so
motherfucker.
I get your point. You know, it's just like, oh, okay.
Now we got to go to the Texas Carpet Fest and like turn it over like a bunch of mobsters with baseball bats. I didn't want to do this, but I'm forced to do this now. Yeah. So yeah,
that's almost a weekly occurrence in my life where I'll, like, some newbie in the hobby will like try to take me to task and tell me how it is with Brettles pythons or something.
Oh, okay.
They have no idea who they're talking to. It's like, where do you think the animals you have came from me, or their answers came from me? Like, literally, that only exists because I made its parents or whatever. It's like, Well, they're gonna tell me how it is because they watched a bunch of YouTube videos.
Yeah,
we
I can
got
see it.
we
They
got
know
to a
that's
point.
talking to Nick saying, "Oh, this inland reptile guy, he's really got it together." But you don't know shit, Nick, and you're like, "Wait a minute."
You're right. You're right. You're right. I
Yeah,
don't.
it's like now I'm like I used to be like super worried about it, and I'd be like trying to I don't like I need to defend myself. Now I'm like, cool. It's like,
you got it.
Like,
Yeah.
Good luck with that. Like,
well, we actually started having episodes where we had to explain stuff in Morelia because people were saying it, but they didn't know why they were saying it because several of these things have gone past. They're like, this is a Reptilicus line Papuan. It's like, yeah. Do you know what Reptilicus is? They're like, no idea. It's like that was a breeding company. That was a guy. Like that was a thing. So we had to explain a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's like people they don't, and they just keep repeating things.
That's why I keep trying to put out these herp history episodes so that like the the older people, the founding members of the reptile community and on get remembered for what they did, So
it's
some of them
surprising how
crazy.
quickly that sort of stuff gets forgotten.
Yeah.
And,
like look at Larry and BT from Reptile Radio. In 2009 they were king of the world. Now it's like, who are they? I tried to get them on the show, but they were like, no, they didn't want no parts of it. I'm like,
kind of started the template for what to do.
Yeah.
And you got it all started, and then
100%.
Mm-hmm.
They're the goats.
The OGs.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ask people now, they have no idea what Reptile Radio. What was that? Like they have no.
I think
no
me,
idea.
you, Ryan, and William Philpeck are probably the only one that Rob Stone that remember Reptile Radio.
Even if you ask most herpers now who Dave and Tracy Barker are, they have no idea. They don't have any idea. It's like they're the ones that like literally invented this
books.
Shit. Like it's like this whole hobby. You're into pythons. Like if you take them out of the equation, there would be almost no python hobby.
Yeah.
They literally are the absolute cornerstone on which everything is built, and people have no idea because they just disappeared off the planet and people forget.
But they'll name you the guy who's got the YouTube channel and a basement full of like Indian cobras. But they know him, but not.
Yeah.
I think herpers today, younger herpers today, look at like they might know who old timers like me and Ryan are. But when me and Ryan talk about like Dave and Tracy Barker, they look at that like we used to look at like when the old timers when we were young talk about like Carl Caulfield and these guys. He's like, what are you talking about? Like I think that's like we're now the old timers and
that's
they're like
the step. Yeah.
Did they even have morphs back then? What the hell?
Yeah, it's
they're just trying to keep it alive. Like
people. I don't know. It's great that there's more people in the hobby, but I kind of wonder if we've also lost something along the way with that.
I would agree.
I've been struggling myself with the hobby as of the past maybe like 6 months, and as far as like to me, it I don't know. I think I'm like more into the herping world of things because like I don't know. It's more about the people part of it than it is about the animals. Sometimes I feel like in the mainstream reptile hobby, it's like the person and not the animals.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a social media phenomenon.
Yeah.
I have a question, and someone watching this can answer this, I'm sure. And it feeds into this whole social media influencer bullshit culture that we are forced to deal with.
Well, we reached this part of the episode.
Like their Facebook page or whatever, they refer to themselves as a quote unquote digital creator. What the hell is a digital creator? You see it all the time. Like, what the hell even is that? It sounds like some wannabe influencer, which is a whole thing that should be just shunned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have reptile influencers. Get the fuck? Are you kidding me with this? Like, it has become like you think that people, there's a certain segment of the hobby, and it's not insignificant to think that success is somehow measured in likes and clicks and social media presence. Like, and not in I don't know, old school notions like actually fucking doing something,
right?
Or achieving something. And no, it's not about that. It's about like I don't.
The problem is it's actually really hard to do both. I think
it is.
I think because there's sometimes when I think I need to stop complaining about it and just this is the way it is, and maybe I got to do something. And then I'm going, well, I can't do, there's only so much, gray matter to deal with. And there's only so many processing ability. I don't think I could be good at doing that and good at doing this and all these things. And there's only so much time in the day.
Yeah. I mean, when I was pushing the whole MPR network where I was doing,
editing for everything,
5 podcasts a week.
Yeah.
I couldn't do, I could not breed snakes. There's no way. There's just no way. It's impossible. So I've kind of figured, like I said, that was the fork in the road. And I'm like, is my, input into the reptile hobby going to be breeding snakes, or is it going to be the podcast thing? And I kind of felt that it was the podcast thing. So I kind of stayed in that direction. But you can't, there's just no way. I couldn't do both. I couldn't go and take pictures of my snakes like I used to, and with the black acrylic and all that stuff, and keep my website up to date and all those things. And it was just like, I couldn't do it. And then, working a full-time job too is also doesn't make things easy.
Quit your day job, then you got the time.
There you go. But then there's that. Yeah. So
well, even then, I think it's still going to be tough. It's just there's if you're hyper focused on one thing, you're going to let other things slip. It's just how it is.
Just how it goes.
A long time, Eric. I just can't picture you and your personality being somebody that craves the spotlight just for the sake of it.
God, no.
You have a large sort of megaphone in the hobby, and you have a high amount of name recognition in the hobby, but it's from doing a thing, from doing this consistently year in and year out, from doing this thing. You earned it organically. You're not just chasing after it just because. I mean, if people do something and they accomplish something, then I can respect that. I might want to listen to them. But if you're just trying to be famous for the sake of being famous, what do you have of value that's worth my time to pay any attention to you anyway?
Yeah,
I would a reptile influencer. It's like, what can you? What? I mean, I'm old. I'm the same age as you.
We're old.
You guys have been saying this for 13 years. It's like Nick has been like, I'm old. It's like,
actually,
I am old, dude. I am so. Look at this. Less gray in here.
I was about to say, are you enjoying the fact that you kind of got I found one over here, and I'm like, I'm gonna be two-tone.
I'm like Paulie from The Sopranos.
I don't even like having a beard. I actually hate this beard too, but I realize as you get old, the collagen in your cells and your skin cells particularly starts to kind of go away. And so your skin gets a little saggy. So you get that kind of a dewlap thing underneath.
This hides everything.
Yeah, it's just hanging. So you got I guess I'm growing a beard to cover that now because I don't want to have a dewlap like a goddamn iguana. So that's why I have a beard.
You see Nick like an old out there.
It's easier to challenge other males.
I don't love this beard. I'm not in love with it at all. But unless I get a neck lift or some cosmetic surgery to get rid of that turkey waddle I seem to be working on.
Yeah, over the past 4 months, I got my ass back in shape because you talk about getting old. When you start to, I keep telling Owen it's coming, but he doesn't know. But I keep telling him.
I'm 30. I'm 38. I'm invincible at least for another 2 years.
It's gonna hit you like a freaking freight train.
When I turned 50 and I'm walking up the steps and my knees are like, oh man, I'm just walking and this hurts. Like, what is going on here? So I had to get back to the gym, man. I was like, nah, I can't not get out of a chair or something like that. So I've been hitting the gym hard.
I got osteoarthritis in both my knees, some calcified cartilage in one, two. Got arthritis in one wrist. It sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I've spent a lot of time in the gym, but you can't fight entropy completely.
No.
I got 2 more years. 2 more years, and then everything will fall off. So,
but it's what do you want to do? If you want to be that, if you're sort of involvement in the reptile industry is not really in the industry so much as the podcast and getting out in the field and going herping and enjoying it in that aspect.
Yeah.
You have to be able to do that. And that's can be demanding. If you're doing a good trip, you got to work. It can be demanding.
Yeah.
If it's not demanding, it probably wasn't that great of a herp trip. It really, you got to get out there and
you got to slug out. And then it's depending on where you want to go. It might be breeding season, prime time to do shit, and now you're in Australia or something like that.
So you're still you're at that last part, the last few years of your life where you could delude yourself into thinking you're young.
I am.
You're gonna wake up on the morning of your 40th birthday like, holy fuck, every part of my body hurts.
I turned 30. I turned 39 in June. So
yeah, it's coming very soon.
Oh, it's all over for you, dude.
Stop looking at me like that.
It's all over for you, dude.
On that morning, that's the exact thing that's gonna happen. Your lower back is gonna hurt for no reason, and it's never gonna stop hurting ever again.
Nick's gonna call me on my birthday and be like, "I told you," and just hang up.
Here's the transition. Right now, you are at the will my back hurt today? Because it might hurt, it might not hurt, and then it'll just be how much will my back hurt today?
Yes,
because it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be hurting every time. Oh, just wait, dude. Get another 5-8 years. You're gonna be getting up 3 times a night to pee. It sucks. It sucks.
I didn't hit that thing yet. I didn't hit that yet. No.
It sucks.
But I also
Nick's been doing that for 20 years. So
oh man. I'm telling you, but you know, this kind of dovetails like the New Guinea trip and like Herping in general. It's like, man, you're only alive for a very brief moment,
right?
Like, do you want to sit on your ass, staring at a freaking phone or something? You want to get out and have some experiences, live your life, make memories, hang out with your fucking buddies, go do awesome stuff, see amazing things, and have grand sort of adventures.
Right. Yeah.
To do that, you need to be in reasonably okay physical condition.
Right.
Yes.
And guys our age is like used to do like these trips like every 2 years. Mm-hmm. Now I have to accelerate that timetable and front load them with all the hard ones because I realized like it kicked my ass pretty good at 52 doing all that going to New Guinea. It's like how many more trips like that do I have left in me if I do it every 2 years? And the answer came back not very fucking many. You're not going to be out there when you're 70 doing that.
Right.
No. So you better get busy doing it. You better stay in shape and get busy doing it now because if you wait, you're never going to do it.
The time to sit on your ass on the sofa and look at the TV and the phone will come when that is like all you can do. Fine, whatever. I would
like to humbly suggest that the next MPR trip you guys need to go to New Guinea because it's like you're already a year late, Eric. At this point, really.
Yeah.
Like you gotta.
I have.
Is your body going to be better next year? No. You can.
Well, of course it will.
Every year you wait, your body's going to be that much harder.
Yeah.
Plus, Owen's going to hit 40 and he won't go at that point.
Yeah, he's salter than me.
Whatever.
I'm telling you, like, make it happen. Get out there and do it.
He promised me
they might not want to go to New Guinea.
It doesn't even have to be New Guinea or the Amazon or wherever it is.
Kimberly. I was promised the Kimberly because if I find a rough scale python in the wild, I will look more psychotic than the photo of Ryan that you have. So
yeah, we're supposed to do the Kimberly next year, right?
Yes.
Was that the plan? Okay.
I have money earmarked for it. If Rob Stone lied to me, I'm going to be very mad. Okay. I'll go myself. I'll die out there.
I still got how many rattlesnakes are there? How many we got left?
What? Snakes?
No, rattlesnakes.
So yeah.
10, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
I got
10 more rattlesnakes.
23 species.
I have a lot more rattlesnakes than you guys because I missed that couple trips. Yeah, were like the insane ones that I'm going to regret later. So
our buddy Nipper, I don't know if you know him or not, but he just ticked off all of the reptiles and amphibians of Europe.
In Europe.
Every single species.
Yep.
How does one do?
Well, it's probably not that many. It's Europe.
I mean, you think, but like we're talking like the smallest little lizard kind of thing, and like all various forms of other stuff.
He took a trip to some Greek island just to find a lizard on the wall. That was like this.
Just one wall lizard. Take the picture left. Yep.
I was like, we are obsessed. We have issues. You know.
That's like trying to breed ivory python or whatever. Having this big, difficult goal to shoot for. I mean, that's a good idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's more power to them. I mean, I don't know anybody that's done that. I don't know anybody that's found every species of rattlesnake for that matter either. So
Rob is the closest.
Rob's going to do it, but dear God.
What's the species in Obscurus that's in New Mexico? That's going to be the hardest one to find.
It has that name is because it is Like they didn't just throw that at it. It's like in one place, like right over the Mexican border. Like
it might not be the best time to go there.
Rob
either
is going to be kidnapped by a cartel. Okay, like he's going to be kidnapped by a cartel when he goes for this snake. So
he's so mad. Final 3 has the whole set, and then they describe a new species. Like,
it's like fuck you. Like it was.
That's what they did to Nipper with the Greek island. It was like they separated it out, and he's like, "Son of a bitch."
Yep.
I think you're constantly having to go back and amend things.
Yep.
Yeah. Brian and I, we're trying to fold in all the ones that aren't officially described that we know full well will
be.
To kind of buffer against that.
Just so you can check it before it happens. Yeah. Makes sense.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're right though, Nick. I took you said that to me a long time ago. I took that to heart, and I have been in places that I never would have dreamed of being. And that's great advice you gave. And I thank you for that, and holy shit, I got these. Yeah.
Look at the life you've lived now and the memories you've had, the experiences you've had that nobody has those experiences.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's like you get out there and just do it.
I know, like here we are in the back of Gavin Bedford's house in his yard, eating dried mangoes that he has all over his tables and playing with Owen Pelly pythons. And you're just like, you got babies, you got sub-adults, adults. And it's just like, this is fucking awesome. Like, does it get any better than this?
Yeah.
Maybe finding a chondro. I don't know.
Have you guys not found a chondro in Australia?
No. We haven't
been up there.
We haven't been up to the Cape York. Yeah.
Why have you not been up to the Cape York? That seems like an obvious one. You could tick off a couple.
Well,
the scrubbies there are a different species, right?
Yeah, we did find. Well, we found ones in Cairns, so we found those.
Keep Horneye down there, but when you get to Iron Range or Southern New Guinea scrubs, you can find all kinds of.
I would want to do that trip too.
Sure.
So yeah.
You know me, I'm always down for Australia.
I know. Just gotta figure it out. But...
So where's the next trip for you guys?
Yeah,
we're talking about trips. Is there another place you guys want to go to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. Next question. Yes.
I don't know if Ryan will say anything.
It's up to me.
Yeah, well, apparently, yeah. Now, somebody tell us something.
These guys are so secretive; they don't even tell what their trip.
Well, it's not totally locked in yet. It's like
Do we not want to say it to jinx it?
Well, let's put it this way:
is it in an area,
a place that you've been before, or is it a new place?
No,
new place. Okay. You know, a place where I'd like to go. It's outside of the Australia python thing. I'd like to go see some boas in the wild in South America.
Why don't we go look for Cropani then?
Hell yeah.
Ryan's obsessed with going to Cropani, which is just south of where you find him, is just south of Sao Paulo, which is the murder capital of South America. And there's a lot of murder in South America. So to be the murder capital of an entire continent really says something about how murdery Sao Paulo is.
Don't be a bitch. Jesus.
Like if you said, in this entire continent, where's the most likely place to get murdered if you're walking around in the jungle? That's it. That's it.
We're not herping in the goddamn city.
No.
But you're out where there could be other things in the jungle. Like, well,
it's where they take the bodies.
The militias, the cocaine farms. Like, I mean,
here's the deal. If you would have asked me before New Guinea, what would be the boogeyman species to see in the wild, I would have said a croc monitor. And then there's only one thing on Earth I would have said might top a croc monitor, and that would be a Cropans boa. So I fucking checked one box. It's time to get the other.
Ryan's on a mission, man.
Gone mad with power. It's.
I'd like to go back. I've been to the Amazon basin once.
Yeah.
Cropans boas aren't really in the Amazon basin. They're in that weird sort of
Atlantic forest.
Atlantic forest, weird ecosystem, but that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Did you go there to herp, or did you go there?
Oh yeah. Well, I went to spent 2.5 weeks in Peru, so I would everything from hiked all the way up to Machu Picchu up in the Andes, and then went whitewater rafting up in the Andes, and went and camped in the Amazon basin, fishing for piranhas and caimans and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it was It was pretty great.
Yeah.
Do you think we like that stuff because of Indiana Jones?
It probably is burned into my
I
psyche.
think like Indiana Jones.
Something's in there. Yeah.
It's probably in the mix there. Is yeah, for sure.
I do a lot of grave robbing. Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
God, you guys are old.
I am.
We are.
You're dating yourselves.
Me and Owen are like the grumpy Muppets that sit up in the,
just yell at
in the
things,
balcony and yell at them.
Yep.
Eric and I are so old. This is how old I am. I once uttered the following sentence for real. I was at an old girlfriend's house, and there was like an Ethernet plug in the wall, and I said, "What's that big phone cord thing?" So that's the Ethernet. And I said, "What's the Ethernet?" You know, it's for the internet. And then I said, and I quote the following: "What in the fuck is the goddamn internet?" I literally said that as a full-grown adult man. I was a full-grown adult man who drove himself in a vehicle that I owned, and I said, "What in the fuck is the goddamn internet?" That's how old I am. I grew up.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, the young kids now buy a house with a phone jack, and they wonder what the hell that is.
Yeah.
They literally post videos like, "What's this thing on the wall here in the kitchen?" Yeah, what is it? What does this go to?
This isn't a USB-C.
Eric and I grew up in an era where you didn't have a cordless phone. You had a phone that was mounted on the wall that had like this 20-foot long
twisted
cord, twisted cord.
I had one of those. I had the rotary phone.
It's like rotary phone dials. Oh yeah.
So that you could take the kitchen phone always had the longest cord, so that you could get to the entire house. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the rotary phone had like a 30-foot cord, so you could take it to your room.
And then when you got a cordless phone, holy shit, we're living like
oh yeah, but with the antenna, you had to pull that antenna out like 3 feet.
Kids these days will not know the terror of calling a girl's house and having her father answer the phone.
No. They don't understand that dynamic.
Oh yeah. What about when your parents wanted to change the channel and they just slapped you and you knew what that meant?
Yeah, get it.
Because you were the remote.
Yeah.
You twist the dial on the TV that was
TV
and then wood. Yeah.
Adjust the antenna, give it a slap.
Yeah.
I think we came up in the best generation because I'll tell you why. I think that we had the best of both worlds, and we were exposed to things like Star Wars and shit that made us want to like this futuristic type of stuff. And now, like, when you sit there and you're talking to your watch, and, it's like taking notes for you, and you're just like, wow, this is fucking crazy.
Oh yeah,
kids, this would be like voodoo magic or something.
The technology, I think, is basically deprived our children of their childhood at this point. It's like my kid, I have two sons, a 16-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they're so lame. Like kids don't have big parties like they used to. Like none of these kids have ever been chased by the cops at any point in their lives. And
and it shows.
Eric, I've never asked you about this in your life. At some point, you were at a high school party and it got raided by the cops. And you went off running through backyards and hopping over fences, didn't you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That was every Friday and Saturday night.
Yes. And
I was like an Olympic sprinter.
And because there's no cell phone, there is no evidence at all.
Nothing. There's no pictures. There's no text. There's nothing. Nothing. The good old days. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
You're supposed to, especially as young men, you're supposed to like push the boundaries and find out where the limits are and kind of push up against them a little bit and get into a little mischief. Not necessarily a lot of trouble, but
mischief. Yeah.
Calculated level.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw a kid with a cast?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good point.
My kid's never been in a fight. Neither of my kids have ever been in fights. Never had to beat their ass, nor have they ever had to punch somebody. Everybody's like this idea that like the bully is the person that says mean words to you. And I'm like, man, the bully's the guy who like holds you down and beats the shit out of you. Like that's
in your locker.
That's the bully. He's kicking the crap out of you. Like
we all learned how to sign our names because we were signing a new cast every 3 weeks.
Some of us have permanent pins in their body from what they did that was stupid.
Yeah.
My kid's like, oh my god, like remember like you'd set up like some rickety ramp in your alley and your BMX bike, some old plywood you found in a field and a brick, and you try to like jump over your buddies who are laying there.
Somebody
and
gets scraped up.
And trash or shit, bleeding and everything. And that's just good. Nobody does that anymore. My kid's like,
one of the things that I miss is like, it was like a ritual for me to like go to the record store, right? You would go to the record store and it's like, you're just flipping through and you're just looking, you would look at an album cover and you would be like, that looks pretty cool. I don't even know who they are, but I'm just going to buy this one and see what it is. And then you would go with your buddies and you'd all be like drinking beers or whatever and like listening to the album. Nobody listens to albums anymore. It's just like, just listen to a song and like, I do like the technology of it, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, just ruined music.
Most of the music isn't worth listening to.
That's a good point.
I think like music.
Well, they got nothing to sing about. They haven't lived. It's like you gotta live to have good
stuff.
You
gotta sing about something.
There's something to that. A lot of tortured souls have made some pretty good art. Those bands, like, they do their best work when they're on heroin or something, and they're not that great after that. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I was listening to some Pink Floyd with my kids, and my kids said, "Why do they talk about bombs and stuff so much?" And I'm like, "Dude, they literally like Germany with they have no idea."
Pink Floyd.
They don't.
I love them.
Yeah, like these kids, like they don't. We were growing up really concerned about nuclear war. Remember that? Like in the 80s? Like,
you'd have to hide under your desk, like somehow the nuclear fallout, you're going to be saved from the
kiss your ass goodbye. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll be okay under here. Don't worry.
I think we're the perfect age. We're like, we predate cell phones by just a little bit, and the internet, widespread use of the internet by a bit. And so you had to go outside and do actual things with actual people in the actual world and get in some trouble. Mm-hmm. And and I think that's better. I mean, sitting here playing video games or staring at your phone.
It's kind of,
I'm assuming everybody on this panel, like we all probably were chasing snakes and salamanders and lizards and frogs when we were kids.
Yes, 100%.
But like, how does that bode for and that story is almost universal when I hear people talk about their introduction to reptiles and stuff. But these younger kids now, if they're not doing any of that, it makes you wonder, where's the base come from for the future of the hobby?
A lot of it's watching people go out and do exactly that. Like, they're watching people go out and herp. And
my kid watches YouTube snake stuff all the time, and I'm like, do you realize, like, I have a pretty decent collection of stuff out there.
They're right down.
But I'm like, I'm just a joke. But the some of the podcasters she watches are they're gods to her, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
All right. You realize that if she just walked out the back door of your house, she could just walk on your property and go find a snake, probably.
Right.
Probably. Yeah. It's the and also, like, a lot of those videos, like they kind of give unrealistic expectations. Like, people are like, oh, they found all these things. Look, and it looks like they did it all in one night, when really they were there for a month and a half.
Yeah.
But
you know, it's like an hour-long video of people just walking around. Well, it looks like we got skunked, boys.
Yeah, it's raining, it's cold, we can't find Eric, and I think it's time we go back. Like, it's that kind of stuff where kind of don't see that, but that's where a lot of people get excited about things, but they also get excited about the weirdest shit. Like, some influencer goes out there and has a video about a white lip, and then every asshole's like, I want a white lip. It's like, you haven't had any snakes, and now you're gonna go right there. So it's that kind of stuff.
You go right to literally the worst one.
The worst one.
All these pythons, what's the worst one?
What's the worst one?
That's the one I want.
There are three people that have them on this call, and they're like, the worst. Like, it's
Why are people content with what?
Awful.
Why are people content to watch other people live on YouTube and not live themselves?
It's like
it's a good question.
There's a whole genre of like fishing television shows, people watching other people fish. Like, you could just go out and fish, right?
It sucks. Like, no,
do that.
So
it's not hard to go fishing at all. Like, it's so crazy.
And they cut that up so that he finally catches the big fish. But like, he's been there for a week and a half, 2 weeks. But the other thing is and this is what really got me. My nephew will watch other people playing video games on YouTube. So like they'll be playing the video game and he'll watch that. And I'm like, it's like the step further. Like you're watching someone else play a video game. Like, you can't do that. So
both my sons do that, and they're watching people play games that they literally have. You can literally be playing this game right now.
Play the game, you figure it
out
out.
Without even getting up, without even standing up. You can just grab that controller that's sitting right next to you and pick it up and play the game you're watching someone play.
I hated watching people play video games while I was sitting there with them playing the fucking video game. If there was like 3 friends and only 2, nobody liked to be the third person not playing the video game.
It sucks, man.
We have gone off the rails of this reptile podcast into yelling at children.
Right?
Bad children.
Man, your life is shorter than you realize. Get outside and go live it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Don't watch somebody flipping tin looking for snakes. Go flip.
Go put the tin.
A lot of it around. Just go do it.
Yeah.
So much better. Turns out way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
It is.
I have a little, not a secret Herping spot. Ryan showed me this spot years back, and it's pretty close to my house. So every warm night in the summer, I go out there and I cruise. So I'll probably road cruise like 4 or 5 nights a week if the weather's halfway warm. I take my sons with me every time. So they're pretty good at knowing what's a rat, picking up. You know, they're leery of rattlesnakes, which we find a lot of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you know, all the other stuff.
Northern Pacific. Is that what's up there?
Excellent. I got a spot. I could almost guarantee you.
Dude, I've invited you over to find the North Pacific like a million times. It's literally.
I know. We gotta
literally find one. I mean, that would be such a layup if you showed up. We will get you one. No fucking doubt.
You could probably like only be in town for like 5 hours. Or like, just not even spend the night.
Done.
Hey guys, you want to have some dinner and go find a rattlesnake?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if it's a nice warm night, it's probably an 85-90% chance.
Nice.
Probably my place.
We can take you to Central Washington and you can find a million of them in the middle of the day. So.
Okay.
Cool.
We're in Central Washington.
Just down by the river, down by the Columbia.
My Vantage and the old Vantage Highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of rattlesnakes there. Found a big ass night snake there too.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
They're
cool. I like them.
I'm determined to get the spot right by my house to fucking work because I found an Eastern milk, but I've been telling it's a copperhead spot, but I haven't found shit. So it'll work out.
So what do you get out of field herping? Like when you go, find a python, it's way better than keeping one in a box, isn't it?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh hell yeah!
Without a doubt.
Yep. And just the whole adventure. Like we went in 19 is when we went to Australia.
Well, that's with you.
With me. All other times don't count. I don't know why I have to keep explaining that to you. So, and I'll talk about that for the rest of my goddamn life. So
there's just something about, I don't know what it is in my brain, but there's something about seeing a snake that you've only ever seen in a box or in a cup that when you're seeing it in the wild, like you would see a garter snake here, it's just like, wow, that's a python. Holy shit, that's a python. Holy shit. You know, I don't know. It's just something about it. But yeah, I like the whole trip thing. Like I like the stories that come back from it. I like the good times you have. I like the crazy situations you get into. It's almost like hunting, but you're not killing anything. You
also get really weird after you've been up that long in the middle of the night with your friends in the car.
I love everything about keeping chondros.
Yeah,
it's by far my favorite. Scrubs are right up there, but finding that green python is better than any captive chondro experience I've had, and it's not even close. It's not even.
The first carpet I found was a gelatin, and I was like a giddy school kid. I was like, oh my god, it's a fucking carpet! I was like, yeah, big deal, whatever,
It's a carpet python, yeah.
Nobody cares about the crappets, but like when we were in Queensland the one time, I mean, we were just finding coastal carpet. I think we found, I don't know, 10, 12 different coastal carpets. And, you know, it was just, to me, it was just as exciting as the first, you know, the other guys were kind of like, okay, yeah, it's another carpet python. Let's keep it going. But I don't know. I thought it was great. I don't know. I really like it. I like being in nature too. There's something about, like, resets me. That's what happens with me. Like, so you don't have like the constant emails and this and that and messages and, you know, I don't know. Just take a break from life, I guess.
Yeah, I was actually hoping that our internet, that our phones didn't work in New Guinea.
Didn't
it was
work,
remarkable how much it worked.
God damn it!
Wait, we're in the middle of Texas. They don't work.
They don't work. But in New Guinea,
in Papua New Guinea, yep, they work.
It was shocking how much. I mean, you never had a strong signal, but you more days than not had
something
access. It was like crazy.
I like the physical aspect of it too. Like, you know, it's like pushing myself to do things that I didn't think I could do. Like the last trip when we went to Utah, went into the Grand Canyon. Oh my God, that was what, 23 miles that we hiked, and it was just straight down and straight up in the dark. And oh my God, at the end of that, I thought I was going to die, but I couldn't believe I did it. You know, like
just to get a picture of a a the bottom of the
you're going to die the whole time, but then when you get to the end and you didn't die, you feel like a champion. You feel like a champion. Like you just
I climbed a mountain and I need to sit down. Like, I
felt like, you know how like in the Step Brothers where Will Ferrell comes in as the lumberjack and like he gets the girl and he's like, "Roo!" You know, that's what I felt like when I came home.
Oh, man. That's the best stuff when you do the difficult thing.
Yeah, man.
You do the hard things in life. So I think too many people, they spend too much time patting themselves on the back for doing easy shit.
Getting up.
Doing hard stuff. It's like do the hard things, you know?
Do it when you don't want to do it, you know?
Right.
Like when it's hard to do it.
That's the real memories you make about the time that kicked your ass.
Yeah.
And you know, the crazy things that happen, and you know, that's the best.
It's gold.
Well, there's that saying that life happens after the edge of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, well, it's you know, those are all the stories you talk about later of like being trapped outside and being in a torrential downpour. Like when we were running through the gorge in Texas when the storm came up on us, fucking hilarious. At the time, sucked. Like, you know, we were soaked. It was thing, but we found more snakes, and it was part of the adventure. It's getting out and they're doing it. So
that happened to us in Salawati this time, and it was like insane how hard it was raining. For like an hour and a half of just like buckets. So long that like Udi had taken his knife machete and like kind of made like this leaf structure over the top of us. To varying effect. It's like I had a emergency poncho covering me. So Ryan and Chris were like huddled into like between the buttress shoots of like a tree. This like leaf structure that built over the top of them. And then finally realized they were getting attacked by leeches because at that point we're like, it's never going to not stop. So we just marched. We were miles into the jungle.
Wow,
miles in. It was a long, muddy, wet march out of there.
But then that's part of it, which is like I did not have an emergency poncho in my gear. Now I do because this happened. I didn't have a fly net when I went to Darwin. I do now. Like it's
that was one thing you asked earlier.
You kind of stop.
Touched on it. Did we, get more kit this time? And the answer is I multiple rechargeable lithium-ion battery packs to recharge things. Extra batteries for everything. Extra flashlights. I brought 2 headlamps, not just one. I brought 3 flashlights with an extra change of batteries for each of the 3 flashlights and extra battery banks. I could charge those same flashlights.
Right.
Yep.
I needed to. We bought Ryan talked me to spend like $350 in this damn tent. Ryan likes to spend money on fancy gear, just for the record.
Okay.
I don't like to spend money on fancy gear. I've slept on the ground enough to realize I didn't want to do it in the fucking rainforest.
these crazy like flat bottom hammock tents.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
The bottom kind of arches this way, so when your big ass gets in it, it doesn't sags much below, just a tiny bit below flat, maybe.
Yeah.
They suspend between trees, fine mosquito mesh for like hot weather, super compact. We're like a couple of idiots trying to figure out how to set them up at first, trying to figure out, it was one of those things like we're just like absolutely could not figure out how to tie it to a tree. And then when you finally figure out it was the most simple thing, it's like, how did we not see this? Embarrassing, frankly. We had help. There was like three of us trying to what? No. Like three monkeys trying to fuck a football. No one could figure out how to tie this thing on. Turns out the flat strap actually has little pockets in it. You just loop it through. But at any rate, but yeah, oh man. The hammock tent with a little inflatable mattress thing inside.
All I know is everybody was jealous of our sleeping arrangement.
Yeah.
No bugs, no ants on the ground, none of that stuff.
Oh,
At
that's
one point in
priceless.
Salawati, we were literally sleeping in the edge of a mangrove swamp. Like there was like this depression right on the beach, and at high tide, it actually cut the boat off. It was like actually trying to almost flood the camp. It was that close.
Oh.
And then we're in these trees. The only place we could find trees that were the right configuration to strap these things up was right. There's this big hole full of just stagnant mosquitoes and just like the most right at the edge of mosquito swamp. Like literally, like you could get out of your tent the wrong way and fall into it. You're literally camped over the top of this.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the bugs were bad,
but
bad.
the mosquito net worked.
Yeah, oh yeah. Cause
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not, when the blankets in there, you're basically damn near going commando. It's hot.
Right.
Like you're in New Guinea, but it's like once you get in real fast, you zip yourself in and keep them out. And it did it. I was kind of a cheap ass. I'm like $350 for a tent, boy. I'm saying
that 350 good. Yeah.
And everybody, everybody with like, oh, they all thought that was the coolest thing they'd ever seen.
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah, if you're getting bit by bugs, yeah.
No. Spend the money. Spend the money.
I slept on the ground in Australia and got ate up by fucking ants one night. So
yeah.
Did you?
What little green bastard bit me when we were someplace, but I was in the middle of a fever dream, so I don't know if that was real or not. But yeah,
it may or may not have happened.
It may not have happened. I was chasing a wallaby, so yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, we hit the 2-hour mark. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys wanted to hit on before we close it up? I don't know.
It's nice to be back on. I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I was glad you guys came back. I'm glad you had a great trip. And yeah.
When you reveal what the next one is going to be, you can that's when you can tell us and we'll try to get you.
When it's locked in, we'll
okay.
When we lock it down, it's like it might be coming up sooner than the normal timetable for such things. So
we're going, I got at the end of this month, beginning of June, we're going out east to, or out west to sort of find Massasaugas. Took that off. They're kind of hard to find, eastern Massasaugas.
Which I got to talk to you about that. I was talking to a couple of people about where they are and how active.
Nipper has a spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's
when we're arrested, I want you to know that I said okay.
Hey man, we just talked about
it's fine. It's fine.
Listen, you little sissy.
Fine.
You little sissy millennial.
Fine. It's fine.
Right. Owen's a millennial.
Yeah.
Stop it.
You little sissy millennial.
Only technically.
You just get chased by the cops. If you can't jump over the thing, then
listen,
I don't know
it's
what to
not
tell
fair
you.
because I was born in '86, and that's
You're a
apparently
millennial.
where it starts. Yeah.
You're a millennial.
Shut up.
So are you
it's
Gen
not
X,
proper
right?
herping if you haven't been chased by the cops.
Yeah, if you're not sneaking into a national park after dark or something.
We've done that. I know that. I'm
Many
just saying.
We're not supposed to be
We're
here.
not supposed to talk about that. But yeah,
At some point in every herp trip, there's that moment like, this is a terrible idea.
yeah, exactly.
Why
Those
this
are the
is
best ones.
clearly an ill-advised thing that we are doing right now.
Yep.
I think we were photographing a night snake in like Texas, and like dogs were getting let loose, and I'm pretty sure I heard someone rack a shotgun, and I'm like, we should probably not. Maybe. All right, keep taking pictures. So yeah, it was. Yep.
I got to get the shot, man.
Yeah,
This is
fine.
This is a questionable decision.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's one of these trips. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the best time, though. It's like you're not gonna. every trip's different. You got to think, when am I ever going to be here again? Probably the answer is usually never.
Never.
I'll never be here again.
Right.
That's the mentality that's the mentality I have on herp trips is I may never get back here again. That's why I'm going to have Eric get in that tube.
Never go back to that particular region again we just came from, just because there's other places I need to go before I die.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's always those, I don't know, for me, there's a lot of those trips will be that there'll be a moment. And on this one, it was like, actually, we weren't even herping. We were back on Waigeo in our little homestays, our hammocks. Because they had like hammocks in the front. And full disclosure, my fat ass ripped the hammock. But they were not like, who would put this hammock up? No one in Papua is this tall. This is like, there are no measuring tapes in Papua. Like, it was just anchored too high. It was so hard for me. And I'm taller than all these Papuan dudes, and I'm not
making it. You have to like jump into it.
Mounted badly, so I struggled to get it. I kind of tore it, but Brian and I were like, because you go herp all day till about 1 o'clock for monitors, and then you have downtime till it gets dark.
Right.
Go rest up, eat, relax, and then you go back out for looking for snakes at night.
Yeah.
We're just sitting there, like looking out, and like we're on Waigeo. I can look across, I can see Batanta, and there's like a pod of dolphins going by between servicing and stuff, and you just like, I don't know, you just take in the majesty of everything you're looking at. It's like, fucking, I cannot believe I'm literally sitting here on Waigeo looking across at Batanta and some freaking dolphins, and it's just like, and a hammock.
Black Tom cockatoos flying overhead.
It's literally on top of a coral reef, and I just look over. I can see through the floorboards at the coral and all the fish and the sharks and all this kind of stuff. Just you can go snorkeling underneath your. It's like it was something.
Yeah.
It's something like
that's the moments I live for. I don't get that same thing keeping a snake in a box. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like why I like herping more.
I keep the snakes in boxes too.
I do.
I'm like, but it's Yeah. So you're just going down to being a collector, have a collection of snakes just for your own self now?
I'm forcing him to do other things.
Pretty much.
You know, I'm like, you have a wonderful collection of diamond pythons, and I'm going to smack you. So he's doing some things at my behest.
I think they're breeding. I might get 2 clutches this year from them. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Diamond python. It'd be a good time to have diamond pythons.
Yeah. He's got the Yakapori Depot stuff too. So.
I just wholesale them all to Owen, and
he drops them off.
Yeah. Sell these, Owen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I go.
I heard you like giving stuff away, so I'll give you my address, and you can just.
You want some diamond pythons?
A couple
I got you, Ryan. Yeah.
I've got some. I've got some. I could use a few more though.
Man.
You could breed diamond pythons on your back porch.
Female. You kind of look up and like, oh shit, you're 15 years old now.
Yeah, you should do something. Yeah.
Yep.
I was already raising up a couple of young females that I produced, but like, you know what? It's like by the time these females are big enough to breed, both my males will be 17 years old.
Yeah.
It's like these ancient. I mean, which is probably not. They a little light. Diamonds tend to live a while, but still.
By the way, Nick, I have to tell you this before we jump off. Remember when you came to Carpet Fest and the 4s? I got the 4s that you produced. Remember that from Robert. Yeah. What the hell? I wanted to call him Rich. Anyway, Robert gave me that. That has to be the nicest, normal looking bredli I have ever seen in my life. Like, holy shit, man. I'm like,
no, I don't even have one that nice. It literally all came for me, and I don't even have one that nice. I just barely sell them like a dingling. And then,
well, if I ever breed them, I'll send you the whole clutch.
Yeah, they're that's one I haven't produced them in years because my original male finally.
Oh yeah.
It. He's a 2007.
Jesus.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And he didn't really want to do much those last couple of years of his life. And then I held back a male from my very first clutch ever, who's literally like a 2011 animal, and it's never bred. This male, every year, I have 2 adult females, it just sits there and doesn't do anything. I literally last year went and had to track down a friend of mine, produced some from animals that he got from me, and I bought 2.1 from him to raise up some male because this male's just never going to get with the program.
Yeah. I got a pair. They're growing up though, but the female, holy shit, she's killer. I'll have to take a picture and send it to you. You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Always happens. I hold back when I think the best one of something is, and then ends up not being.
Not being that, yeah.
Ends up being.
Happens.
So that's why I just like hoard everything now. Like,
yeah,
you can have it after I've decided.
Ivory jungles and ivory zebras this year. They're still all behind me. They're the white ones with the white and green labels.
Oh, there you go.
People are asking about those. Yeah.
See how they go. I don't know. I can't.
So I do want to leave with one last thing, and it's just going to be for you, Nick.
Oh yeah, just screw Ryan, right?
Yeah, no, screw Ryan.
God damn, I may as well not even be here.
No, the when a couple
does not approve.
It's okay. Even Brian might have thoughts, but right. But it was a couple weeks ago when they posted up all that direwolf bullshit. Eric and I were exactly the same thing, going like, "Well, Nick's gonna be on here."
Person I thought of.
Nick's gonna be on here at any minute now to just like torpedo everything that's going on.
Yeah, no, it's all
immediately, like you were just there, and you're like, "No," and then you did everything that I wanted you to do, and it was just like shooting gallery. So
you don't take a house cat and then edit like using CRISPR, edit like 3 or 4 genes and declare that it is a mountain lion. That's basically what they did.
Yeah.
They took gray wolves, gene edited them to make traits that are similar to what they thought dire wolves would look like, where they thought they were white, other than the Game of Thrones thing, they were white. So they made them white just for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
There's fuck all no evidence of dire wolves being white. Also, dire wolves weren't even wolves. So gene editing a wolf to be something it wasn't even a wolf at all. They're actually real dire wolves split off from gray wolves along like in the Pliocene. Like it's like a very 15 million years ago.
Right.
They're very deeply diverged. They're actually more closely related to wild African wild dogs and African jackals than they are to gray wolves. So if you're going to gene edit something, you'd use an African jackal. Nope, we'll use gray wolves because we got those. And we'll use domestic dogs as surrogates. And it's like, so you made a dire wolf using the species that isn't the closest relative and incorporating exactly 0 actual dire wolf genes. They didn't put, first I thought they resurrected a few dire wolf genes and stuck them in there. Nope, they just edited the gray wolves 100% gray wolf. They just modified the genes that it already had to bring out direwolf characteristics.
Right.
Yep. That's not no.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So it was
ridiculous. It's like,
but it's good for TV, man. Come on. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Good story, exactly.
They're gonna bring that. They're also claiming they're gonna bring back the woolly mammoth by 2028.
And do what with it? It's just going to be there.
It'll be an Asian elephant with a long hair.
Yeah.
There is no woolly mammoths. They're not trying to make a clone of a woolly mammoth, reconstruct a woolly mammoth genome, and insert it into an elephant's egg cell and simulate into dividing.
Making a hairy elephant. Yeah.
They're just taking a straight up Asian elephant and modifying it using CRISPR to have a longer coat and be more cold resistant and have, I assume, longer tusks. But that's not ever going to be a woolly mammoth. Also, there's a funny why you can't bring back things like elephantids is they have culture. Elephants have to learn how to be elephants.
Yeah.
So there are no mammoths. Even if you could clone a mammoth, it doesn't know how to be a mammoth because there are no mammoths to teach it how to be a mammoth. Because that's how, you could. Maybe it'd be accepted by a herd at a zoo of Asian elephants or something, and maybe not. But they wouldn't teach it to be a mammoth. They might teach it how to be an Asian elephant, but not a mammoth.
Not a mammoth. Yep.
Yeah, they're not gonna teach it how to use those giant, weird-shaped tusks to sweep the snow off of grasses to eat it because there ain't no fucking snow in India. They're not gonna know how to do that trick. They don't even have that. It's So I wish I'm all for de-extincting wild animals. How awesome is that? That would be awesome if you would actually do it.
They're faking it.
No, it's all just to raise money, and it's like a professional photo shoot with George R. R. Martin and his white direwolf puppies. And white gray wolf with a white coat that's a little bit bigger.
Right.
It's all I wanted. Yeah, well, okay, but it's not true. But
no. Yeah. You thought you could start with a chimpanzee, which is way closer to human than a dire wolf is to a gray wolf. But do you get chimpanzee and edit exactly 5 chimpanzee genes and call, oh, we've recreated humanity. That'd be fucking ridiculous. But that's all they did.
Oh man.
All right. Well, do either of you guys have anything like clutches coming you want to promote or shows you're going to be at, or
didn't you miss the part where we don't promote anything anymore?
Right. I'm sorry. Never mind. Never mind.
Kidding.
Never mind. Everybody can go fuck themselves. It's fine.
Just busting balls.
I know.
Stop. You're no longer allowed guests to promote themselves anymore.
You can do whatever you want. I don't know
you can never do anyway.
He's a grumpy asshole. No, it's.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
No,
you can promote yourselves for sure.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Yeah. Not a fucking thing.
Scrub pythons.
Scrubs. Yeah, there you go. We got scrubby eggs.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, maybe I'll have. Almost gave it away.
That almost happened. Oh
no!
All right.
I thought it was really going to happen and come through. I'd be more willing to say something.
Gotcha. Okay.
I gotcha.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there. In molecular reptile and inland reptile, links will be in the show notes. Ryan is molecular reptile and Nick is inland reptile.
If we have to explain this, you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah.
So
Ryan, what?
Ryan is the goat.
The goat.
Yeah.
Ryan's like the Michael Scott, and I'm like Dwight. Like I'm like this. Ryan's like the goat, and I'm like assistant to the regional manager. I'm the Dwight Schrute. Fair, I think. Like,
you see Nick and they're driving. You know that episode where he drives into the lake because he's like the GPS is saying make a right, and he's like, "No, Michael, it's not a hard right." You're driving into the water.
My favorite is still when he what is he?
Oh, that's great.
Michael burns his foot in the waffle iron, and then Dwight has to like go get him and crashes a bunch of shit. So yeah.
Oh, that was great. That was great, Nick. Oh man. All right, we'll leave it there.
All right, guys.
Gentlemen, pleasure as always. And everybody else.
With you soon.
All right.
Take care.